This stream will not be recorded. That's what it says on my end, anyways. That's fine. I'm sure all the three-letter agencies will probably record it anyways. Just in case there's some shenanigans going on in here. Probably not. Oh, let's see. Fuck. What up, KP? Billy? Welcome. My wife. Much love. What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Let's see. How do I make this go away? I have a new phone and share your referral link. If I click that, will it fuck me up, I wonder? What up, Gen X? You were in my last live stream too, Gen X, and I didn't notice you because my chat was so tiny. I hate it when I miss people. What up, Nosy? I saw that, like, what, yesterday or the day before, you were at another fucking birthday party, right? Typical. My baby daughter, yeah, that'd probably embarrass you to say that because you're 30 years old. But, welcome, Metal Spawn, Nosy, everyone up in here. I'm just fucking around, right? I'm going to click this link or this button because it's pissing me off. I got a new phone. Things are new now. No, go away. How can I make that go away? It's blocking my shit. Go away. No, I don't want to do that. Shit. Anyways. Ooh. Oh, yeah. See, stop it. I don't mean to share that. Ignore that shit. I don't know what that is. Please don't do it. I'm just clicking this button that won't go away. I don't know how to make it go away. It's new. But Nose is going to grow pork chops. Right on, right on. Yeah, see, I was clicking the button. KP had the green thumb. Good. Getting shit done. I'm scrolling up just to look. Oh, yeah, right. Birthday party. Your son turned 20. Did he have at-home alcoholic beverages? Or you just going to wait? They won't take that, Joe. That link you sent me was awesome. I mean, those cases of MREs are cheap as fuck. Or so they seem, right? $37. That's cheap. Shorty said not to push buttons. I know. I still push the buttons. Is Shorty up in here? I didn't see Shorty, but she has said that before in other chats. Damn, how can I make that fucking thing go away? It won't swipe to the side. Can I move it? It's pissing me off. It's right on my fucking chat. Vanilla Crown and Coke, and he didn't like it. Maybe he likes weed or mushrooms instead. I don't know. No, mama. Yeah, I heard you're getting a new roommate. You put it in your community tab too. Yeah, good. Everyone go look at that. Cheap case of MREs. I want one. I want two. What up, Mandy's Candy? Nice to see you. I hope you're doing well. Nothing is happening here really so far. I'm just jacking my jaws and saying hi to all the good folks. Meals ready to eat, Metal Spawn. Oh, fuck. My whole shit is changed now. I'm trying not to, like, ban you and time you out. Let's see. It said to click the button to, yeah, they're like freeze dried meals. Just add water and they'll sit on your shelf for 25 years and still be good. So, I mean, that's a good link. I like that. I saw you there, Canadian. Oh, I think Joe is sharing the link for the things. Yep. So, right on. See, that's what wrenches are for. That's why everyone has a wrench to share the shit, right? Damn, that fucking sucks, bro. All right, let's see. Yeah, and fuck this referral link. I wonder if I can make that thing go away. I don't like it. Maybe it's in my more section. Oh, this phone is so sensitive too. I swear I'm not even touching the screen and it clicks. Layouts. Oh shit, I better not touch this. This is all way different and new. I will fuck shit up. Let's see. Where'd it go? It won't. Is this how I have to do it now? Okay, fuck. Oh geez, this is gonna be a pain in the ass. This is way more difficult. So now I have to do this. Oh shit, what am I doing? Uh-oh. Damn. Now what? How do I make it how do I make it go away? I don't know what to do. Sorry. Typical shit show. I didn't even get to read it because it fucked me up. So I'm gonna come back here and I'm gonna read it. Had to take Mrs. to eye laser surgery. Oh damn, a retinal tear. It's not like you don't have enough fucking problems. Maybe get some healing vitamin D as you're out there on the ship, Canadian. Oh. Oh, let's see. So, okay. Damn, I hate the way this makes us do this now. Fuck this new phone. Although it works good. What up, KY? Yeah, shit, right? Get some. That's a good deal. I want to get some. Merkel. I don't know if it's a carnival or a circus. Either way. Um, there's that, right? This thing pissing me off. What up, PJ? We are just fucking about here. Here, maybe you guys are probably way more than bored with me. Um, let's see. How do I do it again? Oh, there we go. Copy. Come on. Post. Paste. Send. All right. What a blackbird. I see you there too, as I'm fucking around. My whole layout's new and different and weird. Got a new phone with fancy, I guess it's fancy. Seems just like my old phone, except things are different now. What up, Eric? You get discount bin vapes. All right, go for those. Yep, cheers, motherfuckers. Connect tab A into slot B. Wait a minute. What did I miss up there? It's piss and rain. It snowed last night, but the snow it's basically all gone. It's warmed up today. So anyways, yeah. Fuck. I hate it when I have to talk. I don't know if I can figure out how to put like a thumbnail on this, but I was gonna put a thumbnail of a giant fish and say, fishing for facts or fishing for fun or fishing for whatever. But I couldn't figure out how to do that. Someone say Magic Mike, what up, Landon? Taking a break from shoveling horse shit. That's morning duty, so it seems. But horses might shit a lot too, so maybe you have to do it twice a day. I don't know. Don't buy the used condoms. Yeah, no, don't do that. I mean, that's what the fuck. Uh-oh, look at a bunch of peer pressure down there. Who says 80? It's 80 degrees there, Joe? What the fuck? Seriously? Right, Canadian? You use condoms. Oops. Yeah. See, there is like condom recycling, isn't there? So if you do use a condom, you might, just no. Okay, let me see.
Hey, check it out. Hold on here. Hold on. Look.
There you go. Oh, yeah. Shit, yeah. The little thing's working. Hey, wait a minute. Let me try and make it big. Don't leave yet. So there we go.
So this is pak choy. These are hot peppers, Roma tomatoes, dill, arugula, and spicy bush basil.
Ooh, spicy
Nothing
bush.
like a spicy bush.
Right?
Hold on, teen. I'm live with metal. How's your eyeball over there? Are you okay? Awful.
I never want to have to do that.
Just want to do that again.
Well, if she had to do that, they could have at least give her like a laser eyeball.
Well,
right?
here's the thing is that like she went for a thing on Wednesday. The eye doctor that's arranging her brain tumor surgery checks her out and says, "Oh, by the way, you have a tear in your retina, so we don't want that to go bad." And Tina's like, "Okay, well, I'm about to go on vacation," and they're like, "Well, we'll try and squeeze you in somewhere." So they called her yesterday and said, "We can get you in Saturday." And she's like, "Well, I told you I'm leaving Saturday. I told the doctor, like, if it's going to screw up my ability to fly, I don't want to do that." So anyway, they booked her in today. They called her at 10 o'clock in the morning and said, "Come to the hospital and we'll do the procedure, the laser whatever. And I had to
Well,
drive her down because you can't drive, right? So of
right.
course, the hospital they pick is on the other side of the fucking city. There's a
Course.
hospital 10 minutes from here. So pick the one at the east end of the city.
Right. Well, the hospital next to you, of course, does not have the facility for that. Right.
I'm
Must
pretty
go to
sure they
the
got
other
everything. It's just
hospital.
they're so unorganized up here, metal. I think you know that. And
Mhm.
then she texts me from in there saying, "Well, the nurse says they probably won't do the procedure because it's the first time you've seen this doctor." Excuse me. And I'm like, I'm trying to stay calm so I don't get her wound up, right? I'm thinking to myself, you motherfuckers. You make us go all the way across the city to get a fucking procedure, and then you're telling her. Anyway, they ended up doing it. She called me. She was crying. She goes, "I'm ready to be picked up," because I parked somewhere around the corner because it's like $20 a day to park there.
Right. Fucking pricks.
So I picked her up.
Uh,
I got her home.
$20 a day to park at the hospital?
Oh yeah,
The fuck?
yeah. There's no free
Seriously.
parking at a hospital here.
Holy damn. What the fuck, man?
Yeah. So it was the saving
Oh, here.
graces.
Sorry. I forgot. My
Tomorrow's
bad.
Friday, and Saturday afternoon we're gonna get on a plane. We're gonna fly to Fort Lauderdale. We're gonna shoot down to a bed and breakfast in Miami. Get relaxed with our buddies. We got a couple of friends coming with us. They've never been on a cruise. You know my buddy with the cabins?
Yeah.
Him and his wife. Great
Right
people,
on.
wonderful folks. So we're gonna share B&B, and we're gonna jump on a cruise on Sunday morning. We're gonna hit the Caribbean and try and make it last as long as we can.
Right. What do you got? Like 5, 6 days?
7.
7 days?
So we get
See?
on
A whole
in
week.
Miami,
That's nice. Well, except for the traveling part.
sail to Cozumel. Cozumel, I think we have an excursion somewhere. I can't remember what it is. Day 2, we're in Costa Maya.
Sherry.
Day 3, I think we're in Roatan, Honduras. We're doing
Ooh,
a
excuse me.
underwater scuba scooter thing.
Oh,
Should be
that should
fun.
be fun. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna try and bring my my phone waterproofing thing there and take some video. It should be
Right.
fun.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
GoPro. Just saying. GoPro.
And then and Belize, I'm talking with my buddy. I think we might do a deep sea fishing day or something on the island there. Get off, go on a smaller boat and go out, try and catch
Charter
some
boat and go
grouper or
fishing.
something or some.
Right on.
How
I wonder, can you
how was
keep
your
it?
little snowstorm? We had ours a couple of days. It was supposed to snow again last night. It didn't, thank God.
Oh, I know you keep bombing
I'm
Discord
sick of
with
weather.
your snow pictures every morning. It's like, fuck, really? Again?
Like every day's been a shit
It's melted.
sandwich.
It's
Every
melted
day's
now.
shit sandwich.
It snowed about 1.25 inches, maybe 1.5 inches, but you know, warm, wet snow, not snow that's gonna last. It's all gone now. So it is what it is.
I don't know why lately on StreamYard, whenever you go on StreamYard with someone, the volume drops. I don't understand it. Oh, there we go.
Hello?
I'm here.
Okay.
Yeah, the
checking.
volume went down for some reason. And it's been like that on the last couple of lives. For me, when I go in, it's really loud. And then all of a sudden, everything just goes muffled.
Oh, that's strange.
Yeah, it's not your stuff. It's everybody's I've gone to. Must be a StreamYard thing.
Must be. I'm avoiding music for the time being. YouTube wasn't too happy with me last time. So
their sense of humor seems to have fallen by the wayside.
Right. Well, it was pretty good there for a while. They weren't bothering me at all, really. But now they're just like, hey, you're being a dick. You Next time you're a dick, we'll give you a strike. And I'm like, okay, well, I'm not afraid of a strike. They go away in 3 months. You just got to play the leapfrog game if you're gonna do that.
I think one time way back, not too many. They haven't. I haven't been copyrighted, and in a long time. I got copyrighted for an Eagles thing once. That's why I don't play any Eagles song. To hell with them. I think Kiss copyrighted a song, but they leave it alone. They take any money off of it. I'm not monetized anyway. But I guess
Right.
if someone watches the video, they'll get their commercial 5 cents or whatever. I don't know.
Yeah, I
And
guess that's what it is because, right, I'm not monetized. I don't make anything by playing
no,
music for people. It's just for fun, and we can all hang out and listen to tunes, right? That's what the fuck we used to do back in the day.
my favorite.
You can listen to it for free on the fucking radio. What the fuck?
What was the Blog TV was my favorite before it went away. It
Uh-oh.
was awesome.
My thumb touched the corner of the phone and something popped up.
Blog TV was a Canadian
Oof.
thing that you could go live and all that stuff. It was phenomenal.
MTV?
And then they sold it.
Sherry says the snow's melting. It's 40 Fahrenheit. Jeez. Get out your bikini, Sherry. Right? 40. What up, GTP? Teresa? What up, y'all? Here we are, jaw jacking. If anybody wants to come up and jaw jack, I will post the link again. Because why the fuck not? Oh, wait. I have to remember how. My bad. So, yeah, lucky bastard. You're going to go soak up some warmy and have some fun.
You remember Metal?
Good for you, right?
Metal, do you remember Princess Auto? Your Canada days?
No, I actually don't.
They're kind of like a Canadian Harbor Freight.
Really?
Yeah, and when I was there,
I don't know if that was there.
last week, they had you make a purchase or whatever, and they give you a free tin sign of Princess Auto. They're 50 years old.
Ooh. Huh. I'm surprised. Maybe we didn't have one in our local area because I don't remember Princess
They're
Auto.
originally from Manitoba, but now they're across Canada.
Interesting. Nope, can't say I know anything about Princess Auto. Metal Spawn says there's one in Prince George, so that's like 6 hours away from her. Why do I sound like I'm talking out of a box? What the fuck?
My volume dropped. I'm gonna go out and come back in.
Let me try something else. Maybe I'll fix my shit. I don't know if this will work. How do I do it? Okay. This. All right. Oh shit! There's nobody up here for me to be able to hear. Eric, am I still in a box of feminine products? I don't know. I turned off my earbud. I'm trying my phone this time instead. Push the button.
Much better now.
There we go. I pushed the button.
I don't know why.
I took off my earbud too. So maybe that had something to do with it. I don't know. I should hang it up.
Seems louder now.
Well, I do have a new phone as well. My other phone was totally fucked. All broke it up. So the volume didn't work. But apparently the microphone worked because I could like play music through it and it sounded okay.
Cool.
Better without the earbud. All right, right on. New phone. Yay.
I just got a new one too. I got a Samsung Ultra S25 or something. It's the camera on it's way too good, I think, for what I'd ever use. But
Oh, I just got like iPhone 16e,
yeah, that's the new one.
and it's almost just like the old one I've had that was 5 years old, but apparently it's better in some way, shape, or form. I don't know.
I don't know. This thing
I
has a
will tell.
200 megapixel selection on the. I don't know what the hell would you do with 200 megapixel.
Oh, that is
Yeah.
that's awesome. Maybe you can actually be able to catch the UFOs, right? I'm just saying, what up, Watt Life? See, and there's a good topic, right? Finally, a cell phone that can capture a UFO in the sky and you can tell what you're looking at, not a bunch of digitized blocks or blobs or
I don't even. I can't
1990
even
phone.
imagine the bandwidth it would take when you used it, or the megapixel, 200 megapixel picture. Like, what would that be? Like a gig every picture?
So I was gonna say, so do you get one photo and then you have to delete it off your photo album just so you can
No,
take another one?
no. This phone comes with 256 gigs of space.
Ooh, nice. I don't know what's on this phone. Eh, when it tells me it's full, I'll know.
I'm not sure, but I'll know this weekend when we go down and there's some nice things to take pictures of. I'm in a jungle or something. I'll take some nice pics and see how it comes out.
Right? You might have shitloads of settings too. You might be able to totally customize your shutter speed and all that fucking shit
Oh yeah,
if
and I'll
the camera's
probably
that good.
fuck it up too.
Well, maybe, right? And so, with speaking of that, you need to, since you love to go to various places, you should go um, and vacation where like the water has that algae that glows in the dark, right?
I've
So
been
when
there. I've been there.
you've been there, well, I think you need to go back and give us fresh pictures with
Tina,
your high quality phone.
this year when we went down we
I
went on
think,
a cruise with my daughter. We went kayaking in the Indian River in Florida, and it has that effervescent glow blue water.
yeah, when you put your paddle in or when you
Yeah,
disturb it, that
yeah.
is cool as shit.
It
Oh,
only happens in like 3 places in the world, too.
right? Yeah, that's cool. What up, Jen? I saw you pop in there. If anybody I've missed, Landon says he built a UFO. Um,
Bioluminescence. That's it, Pilgrim. That's the
oh
description.
yes, thank you. That is thank you. Yes, bioluminescence. Right. If you disturb me, I'm just gonna glow. Fuck, man. My chat won't go up on its own. I keep having to scroll up. It's
Are
pissing
you
me off.
saying your chat needs some Viagra?
I think it does. It needs something. Maybe there's some new product now. Who the hell knows? Chew this tree bark. Same difference. All natural. For all we know, that's a fact, right? Right?
All those people getting probed.
See? Yeah. No, thank you. What up?
I,
Oops.
I
I
didn't
see you
enjoy
there.
my probing when I went for my colonoscopy. It wasn't any fun.
No. And I see that in my future. So I'm not looking forward to it. I've
I had
actually
one.
it's been put off quite a while. I probably should have had it done
Luckily,
a while ago.
on my side, they put me to sleep. I just woke up farting a lot.
Well,
And they tell you can't leave until you fart a lot, so you have to fart.
oh, we'll see it. That could be fun then. It's
Oh,
like, oh yeah,
it's like
well
a
here
fart
you
fest.
go.
When you come through that, I came through, there was like 8 or 9 people on gurneys along with me, right? And it's just a whole bunch of people clutching their stomach because they pump you full of air. And all you hear is all these deep guttural farts.
Oh man, that's not a memory I want. Although I did have one of them things. Basically, it's the same thing, right? But they put it down your throat and they look at your heart and shit.
This copy?
Yeah, yeah, right, whatever that's called. And they gave me some kind of medicine that, I wasn't unconscious, but I don't remember any of it. And
As
so,
long as they don't do the colonoscopy and then the endoscopy.
right, with the same tool, it's like, oh man, did
Hey,
you clean that
that tastes kind of
shit?
shitty.
Right? But afterwards, I guess the doctor was like, "Oh yeah, you laughed at all my jokes." Right? So I guess they tell you jokes and make you laugh to help get that thing down your throat, right? Because imagine that. Either way, he said my heart was strong as a horse. So, but either way, my wife had to help me out the room because I was fucked up afterwards,
Well,
right?
the night before, they give you this liquid to drink that like literally evacuates your
Yeah.
entire system so that you
Uh-huh.
don't shit all over them when they do the colonoscopy, right?
Right. Yeah. Mrs. didn't like it. Not at all. She said it tasted terrible.
Oh yeah, it's like gross. And then you better be close to the toilet when it kicks in.
Mm-hmm.
You don't want to go
Mm-hmm.
walk around the block or anything because you'll leave a trail.
Right. Well, she was in the hospital the whole time, so I mean the toilet was right there, but still, she had a short period of time to drink that whole fucking jug. And she's
There
like,
was
no.
a comedian talked about that. He goes, that's some NASA shit. He goes, when it went, it didn't even touch the sides. It just went straight.
Oh man. Upside down shit shower? I don't know, man. That could be a definite downfall of
He
being an
said he,
astronaut.
he said his asshole was in tatters.
Yeah, I bet. Yeah, but I get it, Pilgrim. I hate modern medicine. I hate big pharma, all that fucking shit. But some of
Pepper
it's
book.
legit, right? What up, book club? I mean, them sticking things up your ass and down your throat and whatever, it could save your life. Just saying. Or it could, they could do all that in vain and you still die. So,
Yeah.
the human body is a very interesting thing, right? Live your whole life as a good eating, exercising person, and you fucking die with cancer anyways.
Well, I
Legit,
made it
right?
all the
Or you could
way.
just fucking some people, right? How about all them old stories of all the grannies who drank fucking vodka or whiskey every day and smoked cigars and they lived to 99, 100 years old? Right? What the fuck? I think a lot of it has to do with whatever's in our food now. I was
Well,
told to
I think
drop the
they've
link.
just been experimenting too much on us.
Um, well, yeah, they like to do that, right? Drop the link. I'm trying to drop the link. Let's see.
Drop the link and diarrhea, kind of.
Oh, geez. How come Slim Jims don't make you slim, right?
Hey, we look pretty silly lying in the hospital dying of nothing.
Well, there has to be some reason. Oh, his asshole's falling out. Oh, it's whatever. I don't know.
Yeah.
Because, geez, imagine dying of the worst embarrassing thing possible or whatever, right? Oh, it's like my whole ass just fell out. Literally.
There's people that are proud of that stuff, you know. I looked at my buddy one day and I go, "Did you? We're driving in the truck, you know, and you know something's going on when somebody slides the window up, you know, trying to be in, you know, what's the word, covert." I looked over at
Right?
him. I go, "Did you shit your pants?" He goes, "Yeah."
Yep. That's why I shut the window so you have to smell it. Because, you know,
You're
your
trying to.
friends are assholes.
I go, "You're such a good friend. You don't want me to get dementia, so you want me to inhale your."
Hey, maybe that'll cure it. I don't know. Right? It
Here's
erases
another
your onset
topic.
early dementia. Right? That's a deep dive rabbit hole.
I joke with the wife. I say, "Hey, listen, all these
Dementia.
farts that you're getting, I'm saving you from dementia."
Telling me to drop the link, but I don't see anybody in the back room. But yeah, see, like it's true. Some things are true, right? Like okay, my stepdad dad, but my dad, he died last year. He was all full of cancer. He didn't smoke, he didn't drink. He was a straight-laced kind of man, right? He didn't live he lived free of all that stuff. He died of cancer, right? His mom, same thing. She died of emphysema. My bio dad, he was a drinker and a smoker, and he came from a history of drinkers, right? He died of cancer. So, what's the difference here, ladies and gentlemen? Right? Two different, totally different lifestyles, yet the same out for their
Well, I have
demise.
I have kind of like a flip side one. My grandmother
Wait a
died at
minute.
93. She smoked for 63 years. She fell and broke her hip and died of pneumonia. My aunt Jenny, who never smoked a day in her life, lived to 105 and died of cancer.
All right. John is backstage. Which John are we talking about? Let's see. I'm going to add John to the stage
Curious
and
to see
see
who.
what's up. If you flash your fucking genitals, you are gone.
Oh, you're taking a chance.
But it could be John H. If it's John H, that'd be cool. But
Hello?
hello.
What account am I in that you don't know who I am? This doesn't make sense to
What
me.
up, John?
How are you?
It says John.
John the Piper's son?
Well, I'm usually known as just the messengers, even though there's more than one of us.
Well, that's okay. Maybe John will have something else to say in a minute. But in the meantime, oh, what were we talking about? Some shenanigans or some bullshit.
How sicknesses occur.
Uh-oh. Are you muted, Canadian?
No,
I hear him fine.
no, I'm not muted. Everything went kind of quiet.
Chat, what's happening? Oh,
Testicles. One, two,
John,
three.
just the
Testicles.
messengers.
One, two,
Hey,
three.
A
I can't
conversation.
hear you, Canadian. Let's see if I fucked my shit up. I can't
Can
hear
you hear
anything.
me?
My
Can
volume
you
is
hear
turned
me?
up. John, are you there?
Yes, you can't
I
hear
can't
me?
hear anything.
Well, that's unfortunate.
I think it might be yours, Metal.
Darn it.
I think it's you. It's you.
I see you pointing. I can't hear what you're saying. Why is my shit here? Hang on. Let me. Oh, fucking buttons I must push. Let me try this again. Audio, iPhone, microphone. Okay. Why is my speaker not working?
Hold on, I'm going to say
I
something.
can't
in
hear
the chat.
anything.
Can everybody? Yeah, I thought so. Metal Spawn, she can hear us. Don't put your mouth on it.
It's like I'm watching a silent movie and a Canadian is giving fucking knife hands, right? I can't hear him. I don't hear anything. Oh, I hope you guys are making fun of me so hard. Oh shit. What did I do? Let me see. Nope. John is not muted.
Blah blah.
Canadian
blah,
is
blah,
not muted.
blah 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 blah.
I am not muted.
Blah blah blah.
Where's
blah,
my
blah,
volume?
Blah 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 blah.
Damn it. Damn it. What is happening? I see Teresa. Looks like everyone's laughing. I don't know what's happening. Fuck. See? Knife hands. I see the knife hands. Damn it. Damn it. How can I fix this? Darn it. Let me try some more. Wait a minute. Let me try this. It might go back down on shitty, but if I can hear anything. Oh, what the fuck?
Hold on here. Hold on here.
Now it works. As soon as I put my earbud in, it went.
Don't worry about a thing. It's every little thing.
Oh, my new phone's too
Gonna be
retarded.
all right.
And now it's gone away. What is happening
Singing,
here?
don't worry
My earbuds are fucking this shit up.
about a thing. It's every little thing. It's gonna be all right. Rise up this morning. Smile at the rising sun.
What is happening?
3 little birds
We lost John.
by my
Damn it.
doorstep, singing sweet song. Melodies pure and sweet. This is my message to you. Can you hear us okay?
Now I can hear you, but it's very
I
strange.
just did a little musical interlude while you were figuring it out.
Well, I put my earbud in and it made the volume come back on my phone. I don't understand I don't know what's happening.
So
Maybe this new phone-
insertion made things work.
Yes. It seems, although it's not working as I intended. Either way, if this works, that's better because although that silent film I was watching there for a minute was pretty funny. So, John, how are you? I hadn't talked to you for a minute. Hope you're doing well.
Well, I'd like to say that, but I'm in the middle of a major gout flare-up.
I don't hear John.
I can't believe how painful this is. It's ridiculous. This is my
There's
fourth
John.
one this lifetime.
He's back.
What? I don't know what gout does to your foot, but I've been having some leg and foot issues myself. So I understand it's a pain in the ass and it hurts.
You said, oh, I thought you said you don't know what God does to your foot. I was like, God. You said gout.
I did.
Getting old ain't for pussies, boys.
Yeah, it's weird because I used to just think of it like as an old person's thing, and they get real grumpy and stuff. And I don't think of myself as old for some strange reason. But man, this hurts. It's like ridiculous.
I got a knee issue. I don't know what the hell it is. I banged my knee and I hurt a muscle or something and it just won't fucking heal. I went for the doctor sent me for x-rays, not arthritis. It's blah blah. And then one guy said it was like a cramp in my calf that caused to go up behind my knee. And
Your
it
calf?
some days my calf muscle like
Huh.
had a knot in it.
How old are you now, Canadian?
I will be 64 this year.
Oh, we're in the same ballpark. I turned 61 in February.
I made it all the way to 62 years old with no pills, nothing. And then all of a sudden, I got high blood pressure.
Huh. Well, I made it this far with no pills, and they have pills and they have injections. They have stuff to help ease the pain, but I just don't want to do it. So I'm just dealing with it.
Well, when I went to the cardiologist, they put me on like whatever, high blood pressure pills, this. He knocked the statins off because he sent me for a test, a lipoprotein A test. And apparently like 20% of the population, no matter how much you run or eat salad, your body just naturally overproduces cholesterol. I'm one of those people.
Yeah.
So I'm not on statins or anything, but I'm on a ezetimibe or some freaking thing. And we'll see what happens.
You said acetamide?
Ezetimibe.
Huh.
He took me off the statins because they screw with your liver, right?
Oh, no, I need my liver.
Well, and I'm not a big drinker or a dope smoker or anything like that. I never really was. And that's why he made me take this one test. He says, yeah, no, that makes sense now. There's nothing, it's not nothing you've done or nothing you can do. Apparently they're working on some shot that you get like once a year.
Huh.
And it remedies that shit. So I'm just waiting to see what he says of the last blood test and what he recommends.
Fucking shit. The chat pisses me off.
But quitting smoking, my doctor told me, knocked 50% chance off of a heart attack or any of that shit.
Yeah, I wish I didn't smoke marijuana for so many years. I had no idea that blows out your kidneys. It's like my kidneys are shot now because of smoking marijuana. And if I just didn't know. I had no idea.
I have a buddy that I lost a few years back. He was in his 50s and he just smoked a ton of pot and it's what killed him.
Huh.
Well, I didn't know that that would fuck up your kidneys.
Yeah, you should get your GFR. The next time you go to a doctor, I don't know how often you go to doctors or anything. I kind of don't, but sometimes I'll go get blood work or something. But if you get your GFR, that's your something filtration rate for it'll tell you like what shape your kidneys are in. I mean, the last time I got checked, I was in stage 3 kidney failure, about to, like 1 point away from stage 4. And I'm not even going back. I don't want to know.
Wow.
I don't even want to hear it. It's like I don't eat any of the things that are supposed to cause a gout flare up. It's like I don't have any of those things. And so it's possible it's pseudo gout and not gout. Gout is uric acid, these sharp crystals that form in your joint. And pseudo gout is like these calcium crystals that form in your joint.
Shit.
So the way to find out if I have gout or pseudo gout is to put a needle in the joint and aspirate, pull out some of those crystals.
It did it again.
You can't hear.
What's going on with my audio?
I hear you, John. I think Metal's having difficulties.
Yeah, we all are. It's one way or another.
Well, I know that everybody's different and stuff, and a lot of people don't like to hear it, but if you drink too much, it affects your liver. If you smoke too much pot, it can affect your heart, your kidneys. Everything it happens for a reason. You know what I mean? It's just when you get to the point where you go and they tell you that you figure it out.
There's effects to everything. So changing
guarantee you one
habits can
thing.
be difficult, though.
I guarantee you one thing: we all die.
Mm-hmm. Yep, we do. Well, our meat sacks die. I'm going to put it that way. Our meat sacks die, and we continue on
Yeah, well, we
to
do have some
something else.
choice in how much suffering we go
Yeah.
through between now and then, but most of us don't start making the right decisions until after we've made some irreversible wrong decisions.
Yes, indeed. We all have the capacity to make smart choices, but sometimes we don't.
Right? And like I said before, making smart choices and living your life the healthy way or whatever doesn't always mean you won't die from
You know,
cancer and a
you could
painful, slow death.
step out on the street and get run over by a Maserati.
Right? So I think the human body is an interesting thing, right? It can take a lot of abuse or it can take none.
Metal, as
And
I've gotten older, I started like now that I have grandkids, right? So my mission in life, changes, through each stage. When you get married, your outlook on things change. When you have children, your outlook on things change. You want
yep,
the best for them. You try and work hard to provide the best circumstances or the best food opportunities for them. And then you know what? You have grandkids, and then you start to think, you know what am I going to do to make sure these are fine, upstanding citizens? I got to spend some time with them to make them as good of a human being as I'd want them to be. So our missions change. We've got. I mean, if that's the way your life goes, that you have children and grandchildren, I would hope. I think that most of the people that I've talked to here all think the same way. You want them to remember you fondly, and you want them to have a good life. So
sure. You want them to have a good life and try and instill the proper etiquette and manners, how to be social, right? Teach them
that's
all the
the
things that you
optimum
should be as a
hope.
good person, right?
Nobody
But
nobody wants to have an asshole for a family member.
no, but everybody has an asshole for a family member.
What about those of us who have assholes for a family? Oops,
I do have
Exactly.
that's a bad word.
We all
I
do.
do have that situation.
Yep. Every family does, I bet. There's always that asshole or multiples in the family, right? Unfortunately,
I have
sometimes
two
you
half
just marry
brothers.
into that
Yeah.
shit, or unfortunately, sometimes it's your mother, father, brother, or sister. You can't help it. We're all fallible. Is that the right word I'm looking for?
Nobody's perfect.
Right.
Only one guy was perfect, and they crucified the poor son of a gun.
Mm-hmm. Maybe even he wasn't perfect. I don't know.
And everyone's view of a good life is different. Perspective, you know.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, I certainly believe he wasn't perfect. It's like that part where he says, "Why call me good? No one is good except God alone." And there's other parts where they talk about his shortcomings.
I
And
think
of
the
course, there's all
ability
those
to
other
admit
parts that say all kinds of things.
I think the ability to admit one's shortcomings is omitted from a lot of people's vocabulary and thinking.
Yeah, here's something people don't know how to say. It seems like I don't know. People don't know how to say I don't know. It's like
And
they,
it's
they
not
have to
that
have an
hard to
answer
say.
for a question.
I'm not sure. Let me research that.
Oh, I don't have any problem saying I don't
And now
know.
that forget about
Like if
that.
I don't know, I don't know anything about that. I don't want to have an opinion because I don't know.
I don't know if you both noticed this, but my Google searches now are much worse. I used to get like definitive answers from Google. Now that AI is involved, I get both sides of the argument. Like you can get any answer you're looking for to support any argument now using AI in the Google search.
I don't even use Google anymore. I
Mm.
use DuckDuckGo.
Huh.
Mm.
Even Wikipedia is a better source of information.
But is it?
Wikipedia, when you go to Wikipedia and search something, it'll tell you in the background or somewhere on there saying more information required, but this is what we have at this point.
The
But
thing
is
I
it
don't like about
biased?
Wiki is I can go there right now and I can edit something to,
Yes.
and now that's what you'll see, what I put in there. So it's like,
Right. So that's kind of sus. Right? A fact machine, a fact AI should be nothing but facts. There shouldn't be a left or a right side to it. Here's the facts. There's no feelings. These are the facts. End of fucking text. Right?
Well, now
Here's your
with AI,
questions,
you
here's
can
your
go
answer.
to
Boom.
on Samsung, you can go to Bixby, and on most new phones now they put Gemini. And if you ask Gemini something, it sometimes answers the question with what it knows or gives you a link. That's what I think this AI stuff's going on.
But the AI only knows what it's taught. Who's taught it and with what perspective or goal in mind, right? For
Well,
it
I
to provide
think the
that
scary
particular
part,
answer it does.
metal is it's taught to learn. It's programmed to learn.
yeah, that's the
That's the
problem I
scary.
was having with. I put one on the server and I corrected a lot of things it had wrong, but anyone that interacts with it, it takes that information and it learns from that. So I don't know how you work with that.
Yeah, I'm a little unsure about that thing too. It's like I don't want to ask it questions. I'd rather ask actual people, even as wrong as we could be about any certain topic, right?
Well, and you can't trust mainstream media anymore because
No,
they're eschewing everything. So
I quit watching TV and news fucking a long time ago.
Yeah, they have the major media, whether it's the news or whether it's entertainment, they have two major agendas. One is to get us to buy their products, and because it's a
Yep.
system of consumerism. The other thing is to get us to not trust each other, to not like each other, to hate each other, to divide and
Hmm.
conquer us. And they're very successful at that. Very successful.
They are. They will use every little excuse not to like another person, right? From skin color, from political opinion, from what flavor is the best ice
Religion,
cream,
what,
right?
what religion you are, what side of the block you live on,
Right.
anything,
Right.
anything.
Yep. Yeah. It's a long game goal. They know what they're doing. Um, Generations come and go, and we don't see their long term game until we're old and wise and are on to it, right? And by then it's too late for us. All we can do is try and say to the young people, pay the fuck attention to what's happening. But
An
they
old guy
won't
used to
because
say,
they're too busy with their lives. They having kids. They're living. They're
They,
trying to make money and live. Right? They don't have time to worry about the fucking oligarchies and of the world until they realize
they're not
later.
going to listen any more than we did to our parents and grandparents when they told us these things.
Right.
I kind of listened to my grandparents. I remember an old guy used to, he said something that I still use to this day. No matter how much perfume or powder you put on an asshole, it's still an asshole.
Yep.
Huh.
I remember
My
the day when I told my mom, right, that she was right. She had told me so many things as I grew up as a teenager and being rebellious and all that shit, right? And years later, I told her, it's like, I wish I'd listened, Mom. You were right. You were right. It was humbling to
Yeah, so I had
me,
my
but also like acknowledging her wisdom.
my grandmother was constantly telling me my friends aren't really my friends. They're just pretending to be my friends because of my money or whatever they can get from me or whatever. And it wasn't until I was sitting in my prison cell in my 20s when it just hit me. My friends are not my friends. That's
Right?
when I finally grasped that lesson. And so when I got out, I just didn't go back to that neighborhood. I didn't want anything to do with those people anymore.
Well, we're getting older now. How many people that we knew when we went to grade school are still friends?
I don't
Not a
know
lot.
anybody from then.
But
That's two lifetimes ago.
when you're young, you don't realize a lot of the gems that some of the older people, yeah, they say some stuff sometimes that just to, you know, throw a wrench into your plans, but they do it usually for the best reasons. But when they drop that truth bomb on you, you don't even want to hear about it. Oh, I'll be friends forever.
Right.
Yeah, okay.
Hey,
What up,
Tiger
Tiger?
454. John is me. God's John.
Yeah. Yeah. This is John.
If you got friends from when you were in grade school, you've done okay. It's rare. It's a rarity, man.
Unfortunately, I wasn't real nice to my best friend, when I was a kid growing up. I did mean things to him.
Quite a
I've
few of the
had
guys I knew are all dead.
Huh.
I don't know anything anymore about these people. Like I said, Hutch says his oldest friends are from YouTube, right? I mean, I have some old friends, but I don't ever hear from one of them or anything like that. So I mean, it's like whatever people I actually.
A few years ago, I stopped chasing people. You know what I mean? When you're the guy that's always arranging stuff or the one that people phone because they need something and it's never
John, can
vice.
you drop your link in the chat for Tiger so she knows who you are? Please
My
and thank
link?
you.
What do you mean, my
What?
link?
Your channel link.
Oh, YouTube channel? Okay.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
I'll do my best. I might get dropped out of here when I do this.
Yeah, Spawn, you're still young. Give it another 20 years and you'll see what we mean, what we're talking about. Most of your friends will have changed a couple of times. It's very rare that you reach your 50s with friends from grade school. Very, very, very rare.
Right. Yep.
Hutch, how you doing, man?
And regardless of where I am now, right? Those friends could have been friends throughout my whole life, right? But they're not because we move on to different lives, different sections of life, and people come and go, right? So the person who's your friend today might not be your friend in 10 years. right? That's what I'm saying. I should probably fill up my bowl and get on with it. Tiger's got some friends from junior high. Right
Tiger, you
on,
did
right
well.
on.
You got 3. Now, 3 that you hear from like every week. That's rare. That's rare.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Ohio.
A couple you
That's a
might see on
rarity.
Facebook that post randomly. Yeah. What up, Ohio? Two friends from the age of 4. Yeah, that's really rare, honestly. And like I said,
There's people that I know from grade school that I see and we say, hi, how you doing or whatever around the city, but we're not friends. We don't hang out together or any of that stuff.
right. And see, that's a difference too, right? Acquaintance. I knew you back then 30, 40 years ago, but I ain't calling you up to say, hey, let's go and have a drink or let's, get a burger or whatever. Big difference. Or even, text every day or call every day. People that actually matter, mean something to your life. Few and far between. And, maybe John will come back.
I've got a good friend that's been a good friend for 35 years. But I met him in my 30s. You know what I mean? My early 30s.
Right.
There's not many people from grade school that I literally hang out with. So
Oh, no. Yeah, that life is over. Like I said, lifetime's gone. 2, 3 lifetimes since then. Oh, shit. Uh-oh. I was touching buttons.
even on my end, because I've never knew my father. My 2 brothers are half brothers. We all have different dads. So I've never met my dad. My grandfather died. I lived with my grandparents till I was almost 4 when Trigger passed away. And then my uncle had no children, so I didn't have cousins I hung around with. Second cousins, the odd time. So there's not a lot of family closeness or any of that stuff. So my older brother, I haven't talked to in probably 20 years. The other brother is alcoholic drug addict. I haven't heard from him in probably 18. Um, yeah, life sometimes, it happens and shit goes down. But you can't be that person. I got tired 20 years ago of being the person to carry it all. And I said, enough, I'm done.
Well, sure. I made stupid mistakes with like my best friend in high school. I was just dumb, right? A number of times he'd be like, "Here, just like stick this in your pocket." Right? So I'm like, "All right, whatever." Put it in my pocket, and then I get busted. It's like, motherfucker. Right? So ultimately, like I had a best friend that got me into a lot of trouble due to my own stupidity. Was he my friend? Well, kind of, but did I fail for it? Yes. You learn those mistakes too late in life. It's like, damn it.
You start to get wise to the bullshit.
Yeah. And too little, too late, right?
I knew it was screwed up when family members calling my daughter to bum cigarette money Not to say how are you? Is everything okay? Oh, can you bring me some cigarettes? When she
Right,
called me, I said, don't do that. Don't be doing that shit.
right. If you're only going to call me up to say, "Hey, I need a pack of smokes," and you hook me up,
Yeah.
no, I'm not a drug dealer. Right? Because that's basically what you'd be at that point.
If you're lucky,
Right.
Tiger, friends are better than family sometimes, but 9 times out of 10, a good family pet is the best friend.
All right. I see you there, Hutch. Give me a second. Um, let's see. I think I can do it. I think I can. I think I can. Like, cause my format's all kind of new and weird now. So there you go, Hutch. Feel free. Anybody else, feel free. But yeah, um, and like my life morphed too, right? So I was born in Ontario. I lived there. I moved out west. Boom, another chapter. No friends from before. Um, you know, so now you make all new friends. Once I left that spot or that space or that time in my life, all them friends just disappeared, right? So now it's trying to make new friends in the third life. I guess I could call it that third phase of my life, even though phase 2 and 3 blend together.
Hutch, how you doing?
What
What
up,
up?
Hutch? Good evening.
Just getting back to
Oh,
public,
there goes
doing
John again.
running around.
Aha, public. I hate public. Oh, so yeah, we were just free flowing fucking chat. So any
I was
topic
trying to
is
think
of
of
course on the
I was trying
table.
to think of the amount of friends that I have left that I knew from when I was a teenager. After I got locked up, I was one of the first in our group to get locked up with big boy time, and then when I was locked up, literally everybody I knew got at least. I think the smallest amount of time that anybody I fucked with was 18 years.
Holy shit.
So anybody I would have known back in the day
Whoa!
is probably still in prison.
How much time did you do?
I did 6.
Huh?
See, and I wouldn't even know if any of the people I grew up with and, fucked with back at that age ended up in prison. Although I could think of one dude, he might have ended up in prison just because too much drug use or dead, right?
There,
One
there
or
was
the
a
other.
there was a lot of when I went in. I only knew weed, crack, the basics. I didn't know shit about pills or all that other shit. Meth, never even fucking heard of it in my life. But when I got out, there was a few acquaintances. I wouldn't call them friends, but that what I mean. They were like hang around, strung out like a motherfucker. Pills, fucking all kinds of crazy shit. Like I dodged so many bullets.
What state?
Missouri.
Huh?
My
There's
friend,
been a few times where,
oh,
like in my young days, about 15, I went to visit my grandmother and I was hanging out with a neighbor and he took me to this party. And good thing that I was a 15-year-old that had a small brain, a little bit of brain matter. And everybody in there was strung out on heroin. Like they were passed out on couches. And I'm looking around and I'm going, what the fuck? Like they
right?
were like zombies.
What kind of party is that where everyone's just passed out
It
on
was,
the
and it
couch?
was in
The
St.
fuck?
Catharines, Ontario, metal.
I'm
So
not surprised.
I got a heroin story. I was I don't know if I was 17 or 18 at the time. and it was 5 of us, and we went to this place on the Lower East Side on 3rd Street, and we bought these little envelopes that had brown powder in them, and they had these airplanes stamped on them. Now, I'd never done heroin before in my life. I had done coke though, so we went back to the storefront. It was like a super's apartment, but it was a storefront. And there was a toilet in the back. Like you had to go in the hallway, and there was a little toilet in a room that was like 2 feet by 2 feet. And there was a pull chain to pull the toilet. And it was like a concrete floor. So they passed the mirror around, and I was a hot shot, and I was always showing off. So as they passed the mirror to me, I started doing these long lines of this brown powder. And so the mirror went around a few times. I probably did more than anyone else. But it took about a few minutes, and I was like, this was so nowhere. And I was just like, with the cocaine, you would feel something, but I wasn't feeling anything. And then all of a sudden, I just ran to that bathroom, and I just started throwing up and throwing up and throwing up and throwing up. And like, I was like heaving, and I was like kneeling in front of the toilet. My knees were bruised from just like heaving up and down and up and down. My stomach, forget about a 6-pack. I might have had a 12-pack the next day from just how tight my stomach got from like, and it was in so much pain. And all 5 of them, they're like, oh, you just did too much. You just gotta, next time just do it. And I just put my finger up to all. I was like, F all of you. I'm never doing that again. Are you crazy? Every one of them became a dope fiend.
I
Every
didn't
one of them.
actually
And I did.
know people like. I didn't know you could snort heroin in lines like that. I thought it was like an intravenous drug. I am not versed on things like that. So
I never did it in my life. After I saw that shit, man, I was like, fuck this.
my philosophy, even as a young teen, was if I have to poke it in my vein, I'm not taking it. Although I did have snorted coke, I would crush up acid and snort that, right?
What?
But I didn't.
I didn't even hear of that before.
Oh, well, if I was 18 again, and so were you at your age, comparatively, I'd say, hey, try this, right? Because it was great then. But it's whatever now.
Catch you guys
right?
after. I got to go take care of something.
All right.
All right.
But I'm just saying, yeah. If I have to poke it in my veins, I didn't want that, right? Snort some coke, all right. But even snorting coke, I didn't like that. It fucked up my nose. Could have been whatever they cut it with. I don't know. Too dumb. Didn't care. I didn't like it. End of story. Right? It was easy.
Good story.
The only thing I have done that is not natural is wet. Weed, mushrooms, and wet is the only thing that I have ever been tempted to fuck with.
What's the last thing you said?
Wet. You're talking about PCP.
Embalming fluid.
You talking about PCP?
What the fuck?
Oh my goodness.
I don't know what that is at all.
That was another one of the most horrible experiences I've ever had. And I didn't know I was a break on my job.
Like, dude tried to get me to snort whiskey one night, and I was like, I'm not doing that. What the fuck? This dude was literally snorting whiskey. Like, what the fuck, man?
Sounds like a good way to ground yourself real quick.
Right? Yeah, I was just like, no, I ain't doing that, man. Straight up told him, I ain't doing that. Fuck off. What's wrong with you?
So I sold a lot of shit, but seeing what those people would do for some of that shit was enough to be like, okay, I will never try this. That was back when you could rent a crackhead's car in the late 90s for like $30 and keep that bitch for like 2 weeks.
All right. That's funny. But yeah, I never been into that shit, right? None of that fucking weird hard shit. I'm happy with, like, back in the day, like I said, I took lots of acid, mushrooms occasionally. I like those. They made me puke once, though. I ate too many. I was fucked up. But otherwise, give me some fucking cheap beer, some weed, and I'm good. Because I'm old now, right? I don't need all that. all that shit. And I didn't eat it back then either. I tried it, didn't like it.
How old are you now? You're still like mid 50, right?
Yeah, I'm 56.
Uh-huh.
So, like I said, the 80s was all acid and weed for me. I didn't even drink as a teenager in high school, right? I just wasn't into it. But once I started taking acid, I realized, hey, look how much of this I can drink and it doesn't affect me. Or look how much more I want to drink. I have that same effect now with gummies. Like if I take gummy in the afternoon, it's like, oh, I feel like I could just drink 10 beers and be fine. And then you try it and, you're fine till the gummy wears off and then you're fucked up.
That's the thing that I don't like about gummies. That's why I don't think they're superior to just smoking. Because when it wears off, it is a bitch to try to chase it back up. So like if you take gummies too early and then you come down and the sun's still out, you're like, well, fuck, I still want to get high. You know what I mean?
Right. Yep.
It's hard to raise it back up after a gummy. With smoking, you could just keep smoking.
So, John, are you planting any girls this year? Or what do you got going for your THC stuff? Got plans?
So what I found out was that I'm not restricted to only growing 6 mature plants, 3 mature plants at a time. I can have 6 mature plants at a time because
Ooh,
I can
nice.
in New York. So we were growing half as many as I thought we could. So in New York, I can actually, since there's 2 of us in the house, we can have 6 adult plants and 6 immature plants. So
What are your rules as far as your grow closet?
So my grow tent is a 8x4 tent, and here's something that a lot of people don't seem to know about as far as the light cycle.
I've been waiting for you to talk about this.
The 18 on and 6 off light cycle is not the best for vegetation. The best light cycle for vegetation, and I've done this like repeatedly, so I can get 3, 4, even 5 times as much veg from this light cycle. 6 on, 2 off, 6 on, 2 off, 6 on, 2 off. That's your 24-hour light cycle. Then when you want to switch over to flowering, you go to the 12-12. So the science behind this is, and I didn't understand it at first, and when I saw a friend doing this, I corrected him. I changed all the numbers on his timer. He got upset with me, but then I watched what he was doing, and he was actually, with this crazy light cycle, he was growing the most lush, most full plants I've ever seen anyone grow before. So if you look in a garden and you look at the same exact plant that's growing in the sunny part of the garden and a part where it gets shade sometimes, the one that gets shade sometimes looks a lot healthier and a lot more vibrant. And the reason for this is, after 6 hours of photosynthesis, the plant needs a break. And if you give it a 2-hour break, then after 2 hours, it can continue to photosynthesize again. So if you try a 6 on, just a regular timer where you press the buttons in.
See, because that's what I got, but okay, yeah, I guess I could, yeah, okay.
6 on, 2 off, 6 on, 2 off. So I guarantee you, your yield, like you're going to see your veg cycle look so much like in a week, you're going to look like you have 2 or 3 weeks worth of growth. It's just so much different. It's crazy. So that's the number one thing.
You were telling me that last year, John, and I was like, okay, that's interesting.
I showed you some video. You saw what I'm doing.
Yes, I did, but I'm really happy you brought that up here with Hutch, because Hutch grows weed, right? I don't grow weed at home, but Hutch grows weed, so that information could benefit him. And if GTP was up here too, he could test that theory as well, right?
Oh, nice. Yeah, those plants could be much bushier and much fuller with the other light cycle I'm talking about. But they look very green and very happy. What's your temperature?
Yeah, so far so good.
I found the sweet spot.
That's I try to keep it right around. Well, I try to keep it. 75 obviously would be the sweet spot, but I'm out here in the shed, so it's hard to control the temperature. But it usually stays between 50 and 68 in here.
Whoa. Yeah, I found 77 to be like the sweet spot. And for the veg cycle, I like to keep the humidity up around 70 or even more. But for the flowering cycle, I want it to be down at 30 or less. Like definitely no more than 30.
I'm more of an outside guy. This is only my second official grow in the grow room. I'm a what I mean. Give me a greenhouse in a giant fucking hole. That's usually how I get down.
Huh.
So I'm in the experimenting phases to see if it's worth the investment to do the closet.
Well, you definitely want to try that six on, 2 off light cycle. 6 on, 2 off, 6 on, 2 off, 6 on, 2 off for the veg cycle. You're going to notice such a difference.
Yeah, as soon as I get off this live, I'll probably switch it over. Some of these
Right
are going
on.
outside. Technically, I should have took like 3 of these outside yesterday, but that's a tomorrow problem.
I love it when people communicate and give ideas and share ideas. It's awesome.
Yeah, communication is lovely.
I do think this is going to be my best year so far, at least from what you guys have seen on YouTube. This is going to be my best year. If I don't have any screw ups with what I've got going on now,
What's your
we're
channel?
on the start to be the best year so far on on the homestead here.
What's your YouTube channel?
Hutch.
All right, all you folks with wrenches, there's a reason you have wrenches. Drop Hutch's link, please, and thank you. I shouldn't even have to tell you to do that. Drop John's link too, if you got it.
Yeah, we're aiming for an 8-pound year this year. That is the goal. 8 pounds is the ideal weight. Fingers crossed. But I would be happy with anything around 5. So.
And how many total plants are you planning on growing, Hutch, to make minimum of 5 or max of 8?
Well, when the greenhouse is doing right and the soil's acting right and plants act right, I'm usually averaging 1.5 pounds, 2 pounds per plant on the big ones. Just that's just boom thing.
Right.
I'm thinking I'm probably gonna have about 7 outside total.
Shit.
Huh.
I'm choking on my bowl. Sorry about that.
Because I know I can get at least
I haven't
20
grown
ounces
outside
per
at all.
plant. Go ahead.
I haven't grown outside at all yet. What is your main enemy out there? What is the main thing that gets in your way growing outside?
Honestly, knock on wood, I have been extremely lucky. I have I would just say the weather itself, maybe direct straight line winds or extremely heavy rain has really been my only issue. I'll have branches snap off just because it rains too hard or the wind's blowing too hard. But as far as bugs, I have never once, knock on wood, had a single mite or bug infestation of any kind. I have never lost more than, I think the most mold I have ever lost at one time is less than 2 grams was the most mold I've ever had.
What?
So yeah, just
That's
heavy
pretty good.
heavy rains.
GCP had a
Pretty much the only
huge
things
problem with mold lately, right? Last year or two,
Oh,
GCP
I
got
take
fucked
that
up.
back. Powdery mildew. I get powdery mildew every year. It hits, but it's not really an issue. Soap water and all that other shit takes care of it. But that's about it. Knock on wood. You know what I mean?
Hornworms? What's a hornworm?
Hornworms eat your tomatoes.
They're the giant green. They're about the thickness
They
of
eat
your
your
thumb, and they're like a lime neon green, and they got two little devil antennae sticking off the top of
yeah.
their head.
If you see one, it's camouflaged, but you'll notice it. And they eat your weed plants too, Tiger.
Damn, that's
I
not
didn't
right.
know that.
But y'all know, y'all who've been watching me for a while, ladybugs and praying mantises. Start bringing them sons of bitches into your greenhouse and just let them run. That'll take care of all your aphids, all your mites, all that unnecessary shit. I would even go as far as get some toads and some tree frogs if you've got an enclosed greenhouse. Just let them do their thing. That takes care of most of your shit. Keeps you away from the chemicals.
Huh.
Hmm. Interesting. Because yeah,
Just be careful though.
it's been a year
Uh,
or so. I got to look at John's indoor, like his grow tent and shit. His grows were doing real nice, and this was like
Do you
last
still
year,
do
maybe the year before.
you you still have that stuff metal that I sent you?
Um, Probably not. My Discord has changed since then.
Uh,
I got a new phone. Like some of my shit is gone, but I do remember, and I watched all that shit. Same thing with like the time cycles. He put up
yep. So
videos for that.
one thing I'm going to try changing this time. So what I was doing, Hutch, was I was using net once the plants started growing up. I was using netting to bend them all horizontal, so the plant
Yeah,
instead of growing up would grow like almost like 6 feet across the tent. It would just go horizontally across, so
that's what
that
I usually do outside. Is I'll LST and HST outside. I'll top and I'll manifold and I'll do all kinds of shit. That's what I was gonna do in here is a sea of green because I want to
huh,
get a clone run. That way I can just
eh,
take clones from the ladies outside. Boom, 3 weeks to
so I
root them, throw them straight in the flower.
So I got a lot more flowers when I did that, a lot more flowers. But I didn't get any of the huge, huge, huge flowers, like the huge buds that I get when I grow vertically. And I noticed that I couldn't really tell if I got more of a yield, but I knew it took a lot more time cleaning all of those little tiny flowers and stuff than that big giant
Do you
cola.
lollipop any of them? I did a manifold in a dog cage one year, and I basically lollipop everything to force it into just one or two main colas at the very top. That seemed to make a difference.
Um, I'm not
so
sure what you're calling lollipop. I think I do that like 10 times during the vision during the cycle. I usually shoot for about 10 main colas between 8 and
Oh
10.
no, lollipopping would be taking it down to no more than five at most, and I wouldn't even call five lollipopping honestly. I would say three, one main cola or three, would probably technically be lollipopping.
And
damn, wouldn't that be
so
wasting a
you're
lot
going to
of the
much
plant's
denser,
potential?
much heavier.
Yeah, because if you look at it from the aspect of the highest, obviously, if you got a Christmas tree going on, the highest point is going to get the most light. Everything else is going to get shaded underneath. So all the energy that the plant would have put into producing those little popcorns, it can now focus on putting all that energy just into a single or three spots. That way they get all the energy, same kind of thing,
Right.
instead of wasting energy on the small little, the annoying ass little bud size bowls, or you know what I mean, bowl size bud.
Little nothings versus a donkey dick. All right, you get a big donkey dick off the top of your plant, fucking 10 or 12 inches long, big fat thing.
Because I got to the point now to where I don't even fuck with the popcorns. I will rough trim them right to the frost line, and they go straight into the trim box to go in with the butter. I won't even, if it's smaller than my pinky nail, I won't even fuck with it.
Yeah, that's kind of some like stuff in the bottom to make brownies with, or
Yeah,
that kind of thing. Use that for your tinctures or whatever.
yeah. Everything gets used, but not everything gets the love and attention that the big boys get.
Hmm. I have one random seed from a giant purple donkey dick bud that my friend grew. It was, excuse me, it was sitting randomly on the ground, right? They had already harvested the whole plant, but I found this big old thing. It's like, hey, bro, can I have this? He's like, sure. So I split it with my friend, and I found one seed. I have it stored away, and this weed was like really purple, and it was outdoor weed, so it was earthy, it was mild, it had a great buzz. I hope that one seed recreates that plant. I'm
How
gonna
long
grow
ago
it.
was that?
I've had that seed for probably 2 years or 3 years now. It's just
Yeah,
sitting
you
in a
might want to
jar
plant that
waiting.
seed.
Yeah.
You might want to plant it.
Yeah, yeah.
And I,
Well,
I recommend.
there's reasons I haven't planted it yet, but this year I just need to make a space for it and put it out there in the swamp and
I
see
think
what
the
it'll do.
oldest seeds I've ever tried so far has been just a little over 3 years. Is the oldest seeds that I've ever tried.
Did
How
they
many of them
pop?
popped?
I was 90%, but they were dispensary seeds. You know what I mean?
Huh.
Or
Right. Yeah, this
from
is
an actual
random. I
seed
just
bank
had it
seed.
in a mason jar. I knew if I put it in
My
that one
last
mason jar and saved it, eventually I'd find it and plant it. I found it the other day as I was cleaning up. It's like, ooh, this is the one, the purple earthy
huh,
one.
my
That weed
last
was
grow
real
was
nice.
pineapple. My last grow was pineapple Thai, and it's 100% sativa. And it seems like one of the plants hermaphrodited, and I ended up. And it was weird because I'd already done the harvesting, and then I accidentally with those little tiny baby things I was thinking I wasn't going to do anything with. I found a seed, and so altogether I ended up with 10 seeds from one of those plants. And I should have known because there was three plants, and one of them the flowers were much different than the other two. That's how I can usually tell something went wrong when the flowers are just forming differently.
Um, that's a question I have for you, gentlemen. It's like, damn, it kind of escaped me already. I'm going squirrel, but right, okay,
This
your
this
plant
might have
hermat, yeah,
seed
right,
from a hermaphrodite.
yeah. I mean, it just goes from a female
I,
to a male.
90%, 99% of the people I've heard say no, need never grow seeds from a hermaphrodite because it's going to turn out to be a hermaphrodite plant. Eh, I've done a
I don't
few
know
on
about
some
that.
gorilla grows, and I've harvested them. So,
At best,
I,
you got 50-50 chance, right?
right,
Because it should
that's
have
how I
came
look
from a
at it. You know
female.
what I mean? Yeah, just look at it like a regular seed. It might be a hermy, it might be a female, it might be, you know what I mean? So,
Well, when I pop this purple seed, if I ever do, I'll be asking for advice and from folks who know. It's like, how am I going to tell if this is male or female? I know they have balls. I've heard the
So
descriptions,
here's
but
the thing.
you know,
Here's the thing,
it,
Metal. You know that male plants also produce flowers, and they also have THC. The flowers are just a little smaller. If the plant turns out to be a male, you don't get rid of it. You still grow the plant to maturity, and you still get to harvest the flowers. The reason
but
that
you
they
don't
want you
want
to
it
pull your
to.
male, if you're only growing one plant,
Here, let me do
you
this.
don't want the male plant because you don't want it to give the other plants seeds. But I don't agree with that. I like the idea of getting seeds.
I think it needs to be a controlled environment so you don't waste
Without
it.
paying for them. But
So this turned male on me last week. It's been stepped on, so it's squashed. But where you would normally pick the buds, there's little clusters of pollen sacs, and it literally looks like a cluster of grapes. You know, what I mean, there's no mistaking it. So just imagine a little cluster of grapes, 5 or 6 grapes on each bud site. That's how you know you got a male.
All right. Thank you.
And
So
this
you
was
found the
only
right. How old is that plant?
yeah. Y'all were here when I planted these, so I don't know.
Right. So
Three,
it takes
3 months at most, maybe.
X amount of time before those will show themselves, so
Yeah,
you'll
2 to 3
know.
months. Some will start showing about 2 to 3 months, somewhere in that range.
All right. Right on. Thank
But that's not a guarantee. Some will actually wait until it's
plant.
time to flower, and then boom, they'll just turn
And it's
into it. You
doing
know.
that. I'll just say, hey, is this a male or female? I'll throw it out to a couple different people. Right.
Yeah, well, I mean, once you see it, you can never unsee it. You know what I mean? It's one of those kind of things.
I guess if I plant it back in the swamp and I'm just gonna let it do its thing, I might not care. Right. If it's male or female. I know for a fact the seed came from a female plant, right? Because that's all my friend grew. So, right, and it wasn't like even that whole bud was full. One seed. It's like, okay, I like that.
Well, see, that's what
What?
it comes down to. That's why it takes so long to try to dial in guaranteed feminized seeds on strains and shit, because each plant or each seed is going to have a different genetic code. So the genomes and shit inside of your weed are going to be different
Right,
on each seed. So you know what I mean. So you're basically chasing that one seed and then trying to keep that seed's lifespan alive. But
right,
that's why you'll have some green crack that'll put you straight to sleep, and some green crack that'll make you want to get up and clean the house and do some yard work and shit. You know what I mean? It's just different genomes.
whatever I've been smoking lately has been motivating the hell out of me. I've been busy and doing shit. I mean, it's been rainy and whatnot, but I've been working inside, getting my shit done. I know what I want to do for the year and get finished. So shout out to Sativa. Indica
Yeah.
can fuck off
So
until like
I've been
now.
on a hybrid kick lately. I've only been fucking with sativa based hybrids, 60, 40, 70, 30, somewhere in that range. That's
Mm-hmm.
all I've been fucking with
Motivation. It's true.
What up, chat? I don't have my chat on, but what's going on?
Right. I don't know how long he's been in here, but what up, Hillbilly? Lemon Skunk does it for him. All right. Lemon Skunk.
I
Smoke
will
good
say
weed. I see Anti
the
up in
best
there.
strain that I have ever done outside was a lemon tie, and it got about 11 foot tall and about 13 foot wide by the time it was harvested, and that was out of a 30-gallon
Right.
bucket.
Jesus. Holy shit.
That was my
You said
best
that.
one, but it was
You said
100% sativa, and that shit. Straight sativa gives me a headache. It fucking makes me feel like I'm in a fishbowl. I get dizzy. I fucking hate it.
you said a 30-gallon bucket.
Yeah,
Huh.
like one of those black ones that they feed horses in and shit.
Uh huh.
Right. I think Green Thumb uses those grow bags a lot, if you
Yeah,
will.
airbags.
Right. Giant
I got a
bags.
couple. I got a couple 30-gallon ones of those that I'm thinking about trying this year. I'm just dreading having to
30
fill
gallons.
that.
That's a big bag.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
I
It,
guess you need that though if you're gonna
the
grow a
guy that
big
I'm growing
plant.
the guy that I'm growing the auto flowers for. He brought me two 30-gallon air pots and two 40-pound bags of fucking Fox Farm soil.
huh.
So
Ooh,
I was kind of like, well, shit, I'm kind of obligated to grow for you because ain't no way in hell I would ever buy this shit. It's fucking crazy expensive.
right.
I bought those what were supposed to be 5-gallon bags a year ago, and they look like half the size of a 5-gallon joint compound bucket. I was like, how is that
Yeah.
5 pounds?
Yeah, they do look small compared to because I grow in 5-gallon buckets, 30-gallon buckets, and then I've got holes in the ground, and it's every time you know what I mean. Some of the air pots I got, I'm like, how the fuck is this the same as that? Yeah, I don't know. It's fucking weird.
Huh.
I got a whole bunch of 3-gallon ones too. So
That's what I thought. The ones I got were supposed to be 5, but I thought these must be 2s or 3s. They're so much smaller. They're just just don't look right.
I got some
So,
potato bags off of Temu of all places, and they're
potato
I
bag.
think they're like 7-gallon, and they're like a hard, heavy duty plastic, and they've got a little potato door at the bottom that kind of velcros on and shit like that. They
Huh.
were only a couple bucks a piece, and they that's what I'm doing the auto flowers in. I used them last year. They got drain holes and shit already pre-made, and they're pretty fucking good.
Timu grow bags? Huh.
Yeah, potato stacks, potato
For
grow bags on
potatoes,
TV.
huh?
They're like green plastic. Yeah.
Have you bought anything from Temu yet, Metal?
I see you there, TMT. Yes, we actually have purchased a number of items from Timu. So, excuse me. So far, everything has been quite good. If you're an American, don't buy shoes. Just don't buy weird Chinese shoes. They're like fucking squish your fucking feet. But otherwise, I mean, if you're smart and you pay attention, you'll get what you pay for. So
Yeah.
even though
Read the
it's
fine
cheaper
print, people.
than other stuff. So Temu is not a total ripoff, even though they might steal your information. Just saying. We like it. I like it. Right?
I'm a fan. I am a
Yep.
fan.
Yep. You can
It's good to
find
hear.
what you
I
need
just,
there that's decent for a cheap price.
yeah, I never
The
bought
wife
anything
has
from
made it
them.
her pastime. You can play games on Temu, like Farmville type games and shit like that, and you win free shit. She's
Right?
literally had over $100 worth of free shit sent to the house just by playing fucking stupid ass games, feeding fish, feeding puppies. You know what I mean? Like just little random fucking games.
Right? Hey, they
Huh.
want our money. Right? So why not? Like I said, just don't buy shoes. Their feet are small.
Yeah,
Yeah,
don't the
they're all
clothes are
squished up.
don't buy the clothes. Yeah, just anything but the clothes, and you're pretty much good.
The wife's
If you do,
had some good luck with clothes, I will say.
but you're the size of a tiny Asian man, so that really doesn't say too much.
I meant for her. But
Um,
shoes suck. They're just shaped weird, right? Point toes. No, that's not good for your feet. Don't do
yeah,
that.
you need them square tip
The
wide thing.
the Japanese 3 triple XL is like too small for me.
Well, how big are you?
Like I'm just an L. I'm in American stuff. I'm 170 pounds, 5'7".
Oh,
I mean, I walked around at 205 for like a decade until
so
one day I
so
saw
in
my
China,
reflection in a store mirror.
considered obese, and you need
Yeah.
to shrink down.
I shrunk
why
down almost
I could
40
never
pounds.
live.
What are you talking about?
I could never live in an
I
Asian
thought the
country
doctor
because I would just
was
have to wear togas all the time.
That's funny.
when I was walking around at 205 and the doctor told me I'm supposed to be 165. I thought he was on crack. And it wasn't until one day I literally saw myself in a reflection in New York City in a store. I saw what my belly actually looked like, and I realized I'm fat. I never knew it before that. So yeah, I took care of that.
Well,
But if
if you
I'm
can't
obese
see
at
your
170
dick
and
because your belly's too big, that's either because your belly's too big and you have a real small penis, or your belly's too big.
Maybe it's just cold outside. Damn it.
Hey, that is a fact. That is a fact. Or a trauma happens, right? Because, a penis is a blood vessel, so you might want to put that blood somewhere else more important.
Pop B said something a while back that makes perfect fucking sense. And it never hit me. Sometimes shit never hits you till somebody says it. Where it's like, as long as your stomach doesn't stick out farther than your chest, you're doing pretty good.
Right? Damn it. Damn it. I've been a lazy asshole for over a year. I'm just getting motivated now to actually get back to trying to do things. So I gained all my winter weight that I usually do because Canadian, and I didn't work it off. Right, so no work throughout the year to work it off. Then I gained it again. It's like, man, so I got some meat on me that I don't want, and I don't need.
Hillbilly, looks like you got a client.
Oh fuck, Hillbilly's gonna work me to death. I'm watching him too. Him and his fucking push-ups. I ain't eating and drinking all his fancy protein shit though. Fuck that.
You can do the smoothies. Him and Backwood have been doing the smoothies. It's like strawberries, bananas, grapes, blueberries, blackberries, a whole bunch of just random shit. And they've been.
They probably
I know
taste
Backwood
good.
been fucking raving
I'm
about
not.
it.
I'm not against that. It's just like that ain't never been in my genre, right? When I wake up, it's coffee. That's all. I know you hate coffee. You do milk or whatever it is. Oh, you like vitamin drinks.
You don't
And
drink
I even
coffee,
see the
Hutch?
label on some of the ones you drink.
I am anti-coffee. It makes me feel like I'm having a heart attack. I don't like caffeine at all.
Since?
Never. I straight
Never
up
got
went
into
cold
it?
turkey on caffeine probably 7 years ago. I was like, I'm done with caffeine, and I started
We're,
drinking root beer.
that's around me. 7 or 8 years it's been for me. And it wasn't
Okay.
coffee. I had already finished the coffee, but I was still having 5-hour energy drinks because I couldn't read that it said caffeine on it because it was so tiny to print.
Yeah.
And then when that was pointed out to me, I stopped that. But yeah, the alcohol, like
Okay.
7 or 8 years.
I'd
The
like to
coffee.
ask both you gentlemen who don't drink caffeine or consume it, has it made you feel better without it?
I definitely have
or
more
what?
energy. I have more energy than when I was a coffee drinker. But I'm taking
Yeah,
my
more
B
natural
vitamins. I have
energy.
yeast.
I say more natural energy and more alert once you get past the hump of the withdrawals.
Did you have headaches? I was like headaches for like a couple of weeks. It was horrible.
I say about 2-3 weeks, it was a bitch, boy. Because I was going through like 2 liters of Coke a day. You know what I mean? So much so that shit literally tore my gums up drinking that much just straight fucking Coke. Fuck
Oh
my
yeah.
fucking.
Coke is pure acid to your teeth.
You take paint off your car with that stuff.
And I can't say anything more than coffee because I have cream and sugar in mine, so it's probably just terrible for my teeth, right?
And
It bathes them with sugar constantly.
One can of Coke has like 40 something grams of sugar. That's like more than I would have in a month, I think, in one can.
Oh, it was bad. I would put, if I had like Cheerios or breakfast cereal of any kind, no matter what it was, it could be Frosted Flakes. I'm putting a literal cup and a half of sugar on that bowl of cereal.
Oh,
sugar
that's
is
not
my
me at
crap.
all.
Frosted Flakes was the one cereal that I didn't have to pour sugar on.
Right? Any sweetened sugar, any sweetened cereal, I don't put sugar on. One of my favorite cereals that is slightly sweetened is Life. I like Life cereal. It's good.
Huh.
It's
I'm
not
to the point
pure
now
sugar.
where I'm like, dude, give me some butt naked honey nut Cheerios. Oh, I fucking love that shit. But it's even at that point, even that's too sweet. I can
try the
I've been
multigrain Cheerios.
You can kind of taste the
They
plastic in
are
that shit.
very good. Multigrain. Right. And frankly, all cereals are bad for us. Right?
Yeah.
They're full of shit. Fuck that. You'd be better off to eat eggs and every morning. Straight up. No offense to you, John. I know how you roll with the meat.
Well, I eat eggs, and I should be eating eggs twice a day. That's the most complete protein we know about. And there's more vitamins in an egg than any other food
Right?
we have.
They're good for us.
There's like almost every vitamin in those things. So I'm not
It gets to
vegan.
be
I'm
too much.
vegetarian.
That shit gives me heartburn after a while. Then you get the egg burps and then the egg farts after. You know what I mean? I can do like maybe a dozen eggs per month is probably my limit, and that's pushing it.
Huh.
I don't eat a lot of eggs, but I do like them. Right? An omelet? Fuck yeah, I'm eating it. Etc. I want eggs in my fried rice. I want, I'll make an egg just to make a fucking sandwich.
Like you
All good.
give me a giant fucking ham steak, some crispy hash browns, and like 2 or 3 runny
Ooh.
eggs. I could fuck with that all day long.
Right?
Good old fashioned truck stop.
Right? Protein. Our body needs it.
See that? I love a runny egg. Can we get a vote? I heard some people call me nasty, but I think a runny egg is the best egg there is. Or how many of y'all are anti runny egg?
I'm anti. I like hard fried eggs, whatever. I don't want it running on my shit. Although there was a time, dipping your toast in the yolk is good. So, I'm going to say 75-25 hard egg. Don't give me snotty eggs.
You think you know a person? Hell, I will do a hamburger with a runny egg on top of it and squash it on top of the hamburger. Oh, that is the greatest shit in the world.
I mean, I've never tried it. It sounds pretty good because hamburgers are always awesome. But I've never actually had a burger with an egg on it. I guess I will have to bust my cherry somewhere and try
It'll
that.
change your life, sir. It'll change your life.
All right.
No,
I'll believe
what would
you.
change Meadow's life is that bidet he's still dragging his feet about getting. That'll change his life.
You're probably right about that.
Listen, I'm telling you,
It's
that
been
was
like,
bought
what,
for me,
2
and for
years?
over a year I wouldn't put it in because I was like, that's so gay. But when I finally hooked it up, it changed my life, brother. It changed my
Oh.
life.
I don't have one, but I am pro bidet. Wash that thing.
It's a $20 toilet seat you buy from Amazon. It's like you just put it right on your toilet, and I'm telling you, it will change your life. What's worse than getting out of a shower and then going and taking a dump?
Right.
And then you just spritz yourself and you're good to go. Even in the middle of the day, you're working out, it's hard, it's like sweaty and you're about to get swamped, but you just go give yourself a quick spritz. It's over. Change your life. That's all I can say.
It's like a little tank car wash on a hot sunny day.
It sat in the box for over a year because I was like, that's gay. I'm not doing that. And now I can't live without it.
I'm sorry. I'm just laughing. But yes, I've never experienced a bidet. Yeah. I mean, sounds nice. I don't know if I want water splashing up on my asshole like that. I don't
It's
know.
not enough to violate you. It's just
Well-
enough to make you feel refreshed.
Okay.
Yes,
Can it
refreshed.
be heated?
That's the key word.
Right?
There.
Does it have to be cold?
You can,
Right?
yeah, no, you can get the one that's heated also. That's more than $20. But yeah, you can do that.
I mean,
It doesn't have to
bad
be
enough
cold.
you
I
gotta
like
go
that
out.
cold burst. wake you up first thing in the morning, like woohoo.
See, that
Wake
might
you up,
help you stop coffee right there. Just a cold little shot in the morning. Just boop.
right? That'll
Good to
close your
go.
sphincter up real good. You're done. Close it up. Fucking 32-degree water. Good to go.
Right.
No, that's funny. But I'm not like saying no to it. I just ain't never tried it.
I'm gonna fuck around and buy you guys a bidet and just randomly send it to you one day.
Do it.
That'd be
Do it.
great.
But get Billy the heated one. You got an outlet anywhere near your toilet there, Metal?
Well, we have a faucet, but I mean, I'd have to run a.
No, an
Well,
outlet. Because
yeah,
the
no, the hot
one with
water
hot
for the
water, it actually plugs
hot
in.
water's right there. Yeah, I could make that work. The lines
I've been
are
looking
right
for a
there. I
present
could,
for
I
Billy
could.
too, but it's hard to find a blow dryer that's worth spending the money if I know that it's just going to be dropped in the bathtub. You know what I mean? So
Right? Yeah, that's just a waste of $12 or whatever. Plus, it
see,
might kill her.
I'm gonna go squirrel on that now and look at fucking bidets on Amazon for the rest of the night.
See, there you go. John knows his shit, literally.
Right.
I know I don't keep it with me anymore. I used to walk around with it like so many people. Now I don't.
Now you can just wash it all away.
Yeah, don't end up like Elvis. Get a bidet.
Right? He might have lived if he had got off the shitter.
Exactly.
Poor Elvis.
Ohio says ice cold taint water.
Does it work for you, Ohio? I don't know.
I know, squirrel. But if you get off
Right?
the caffeine, I know when I got off the caffeine, I lost 20 pounds in like 2-3 weeks just from the caffeine bloat weight.
Was it caffeine or was it sugar?
It was I was still destroying boxes and nutty bars and shit like that, so it was just caffeine.
So caffeine. Really?
Yeah,
See,
I
you
didn't give
like
up sugar. I'm
I
fighting to give up sugar right now, but I literally just ate a whole box of fucking Star Crunch the other day. So
I like my sweet things like in the evenings, right? Give me a fucking ding dong or something, chocolate bar, whatever. Mostly, I'd rather eat chips if I want a snack, if you will. I think I get plenty of sugar in my body from sugar in my coffee because each cup has like, flat, small teaspoon, some sugar, some milk, beer, right? It all turns to sugar in your body. And I like
They
rice and
still got
pasta. That shit turns to
they
sugar.
still they still got ding dongs. They're like yodels, or they're like the cupcake.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, no, actual ding dongs. Yeah, fuck yeah, they
They're
still
like a
have those.
cupcake or like the yodel.
I don't know what a
Okay,
yodel is, but a
the
ding
ones we
dong
got
is a
are like
ding dong.
cupcakes. Yeah, just little chocolate cupcakes with icing.
Yep. Yum yum. Back in the old days, you could go there and buy them at the store individually, wrapped in tinfoil, right? But we're talking about the 70s now,
Say
right?
I remember the
When
individuals, but not the tinfoil. Yeah.
right, yep, when penny candy was penny candy, and those ding dongs or whatever they were called back then were fucking amazing, way better than now. Now it's just shit.
I'm surprised I'm not fucking diabetic as much. Literally everybody in my family has diabetes of some kind. I'm surprised I don't have it.
I think my doctor was surprised that I wasn't diabetic after like I had my leg issues and I went in for testing and all that crap. She's like, "Are you diabetic?" I'm like, "No, I'm not." And my blood work proved it, right? And she's like, "Wow, kind of surprised." It's like, well, my body ain't the same as the next dude who just rolled up through here.
I know that was one of my biggest things is you know, family history of health issues and all that other shit, you know, because it's usually, you know, genetic and all that kinds of shit.
Yep,
So
absolutely.
you got blood clots, strokes, heart attacks, diabetes, you know, all that is everybody in my family has at least two of those things. You know what I mean? So I was like, well, shit,
Yep,
I need to fucking try to, you know, I started to move away from, oh, let me get away from their lifestyle. The biggest thing I noticed was every one of them was, they all sat on their asses. They were fat fucking people. Like I said, I'm the smallest one in my family.
right.
You know what I mean? Like they are some big people. Like, damn, diet has a lot to do, and actually fucking moving, getting off your ass
Right.
actually makes a hell of a difference.
Yeah, yeah. Using your body and working, right? Like, I've had problems with my legs. The doctor was like, "You need to walk, right? It will help you." And I'm like, "Okay, I get it, but it's not like I was a lazy fuck for the last 35 years. I worked my fucking ass off, right? Up and down ladders, doing this, doing that. I wasn't a lazy cunt, but here I am, facing my issues, right? It's like, walk more, it'll help you. It's like, for fuck's sakes. But okay, I'll try and do what I can. So yeah, genetics does have a lot to play with people's problems, right? Live the healthiest life you want, but genetics, uh, it may rule the day. Like right now, I believe I have the same health problems that my brother had, right? He went to the hospital and doctors and this and that. They failed him. He died at home, right? I've been going to the doctors for the same issue. They're helping me, maybe. Try these pills, right? Okay, I'm trying the pills. We'll see what happens. We'll see.
Lifestyle, man, lifestyle makes a hell of a difference.
Yep. And, you know, literally after 35 years of working every day, as much as I could, obviously, out in the weather, but outside, winter, spring, all the weather, right? I'm a fucking mailman. Go to work, do your job, but not a mailman. I'm working on your house. I'm fixing your roof. I'm doing whatever. Uh,
I
now
think
I'm
that's the
just
problem
like,
is that
oh, my body's fucked.
even though you've been doing work and shit, you've only been doing pretty much the same kind of work. That's why I don't care what anybody says. Yoga is the shit. You should look into it. There's 10-minute yogas all over YouTube. Check it out. Just saying, because there's a lot of parts of your body that have never been used as regular as all the, you know what I mean, all the other shit. And that's the you've got to have that range of motion. That's the same thing I got. That's why my hips and my legs and shit are fucked up. Is because it's the same thing just over and over and over and over and over again.
Right.
And I never worked out.
Repetition. Yeah, repetition. I mean, your body gets used to it. After a while, I mean, when you reach into your tool bag for fucking 2,000 times a day to grab a nail, your fingers are cramping up, right?
You know,
Each time they're cramping up, and it's like, fuck. But yes, climbing up and down that ladder a million times a day, yes. Although all that exercise doesn't seem to have helped me be healthier body wise, if you will. Right? My
Well, I was
legs are
saying
still
the
fucked, but
focus, just because
it's
it
a
was physical activity, the focus wasn't on getting healthy. The focus was on doing the work. You know what I mean?
right.
You got to
Yeah.
work out the healthy parts too.
Sure. Yeah. I get it. Yeah. And it makes sense. But that's all right. And as we alluded to earlier, family history of health problems, right? High cholesterol, et cetera. It runs in my family as well, right? Dementia, cancer, high cholesterol, which fucks up all your shit, etc. Frankly, it doesn't matter where you come from. We're all fucked.
See, some of that shit kind of makes you wonder if it's a psyop in itself. Because technically, how far back do we actually have family history medical records? You know what I mean? 4 generations at most, maybe 5, somewhere in that range. And then it's all kind of
That's
I
true.
can see genetics playing a part in some things, but like if it comes down to lifestyle, you could blame okay, this mom sat around eating Cheetos her entire life, and when she was pregnant with this kid, that's all she ate was fucking Cheetos. So when this kid was born, it was like a little Cheeto crackhead baby, you know what I
Right?
mean? Already with the nasty shit in it. And then
Yeah,
the mom
right.
teaches
No,
the daughter the same Cheeto cycle, and the daughter teaches the granddaughter the same Cheeto cycle. Obviously, there's
hmm
going to be a family history of diabetes, obesity, blah, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera.
right.
So, how much of it is actually lifestyle compared to how much is fucking propaganda? Because if you're eating the same thing that your parents are forcing you to eat, and you're doing the activities that your parents are doing,
Right.
obviously you're going to have the same health issues because you have the same fucking lifestyle. You know?
Right. Live on McDonald's, turn into a fucking Big Mac, right?
Right?
Full of trash and fat.
And is cancer technically hereditary if everybody's getting it off the same kind of shit? You know what I mean? It's like I get, you know what I mean?
From from
Just question.
what from what I've understood, cancer is in every single person when they're alive, when they're born. It just is waiting for its chance to mutate and do its thing. Like I said, I've had lots of total healthy, quote, healthy people, right? Live healthy, no smoking, drinking, all that shit. Nah, they die from cancer. You know,
Right.
they thought they were eating well, this and that. And then on the other side of the spectrum, okay, we got people who drink and smoke and get high and just do whatever, and they die from cancer. So, what's the difference?
Right.
Nothing? Something?
That's my biggest argument against not smoking is because the grandparents I had that did smoke lived well into their 90s, and the grandparents I
Yes.
had that did not smoke, 84 was the oldest that they made it. So I'm kind of like, eh, life experience teaches me that smoking's not that bad. You know what I mean?
Right? Joe Morgan claims the same thing too. And like, if my Nana hadn't, she had an unfortunate accident where she fell on her back porch, and my Nana was a very small woman. So when she fell in the porch and broke her shit, she couldn't reach the doorknob into her house. Eventually, I mean, it was minus 40. Eventually, it led to ultimately her death. But, my Nana smoked like a fucking chimney, and she was old.
Right.
And that's not what killed her. What killed her was, oops, I fell in the back porch and I couldn't
Right.
reach the doorknob to call someone to help me. So, you know, yeah, I am like my grandmother. I'm a smoking, coffee drinking motherfucker.
Right.
We are
And that's
very
that's how my
similar.
that's how the grandparents that lived the longest, it was the lifestyle. The ones that did
Right.
not live that long, they were city people their entire life. The ones who smoked literally went through a fucking gallon of coffee a fucking morning. You know what I mean? 3 or 4
Right.
cigarettes. Had the stained fingers. Full blown dedicated smokers.
Yep.
You know what I
Yep.
mean?
I
But it
smoke like
was
a
they
fucking
they
chimney.
lived that country lifestyle. I have never once have I ever known them to live in a town that had more than 200 people in it. And they always had a garden, always fishing, hunting, all that kind of shit.
Yep. Yep. They had lived on a farm their whole life. Uh, man, some of the things they showed me, like I forget why we went there, but I went with my grandpa and some other people to this old. It was like it's where he used to live as a young man, right? And it was just like 4x4s or 6x6s in the ground now. It was just like nothing. And he said, "This is where Christina was born." And he pointed at the corner of this structure, which was no longer there. And he said, "There was a wood stove right there. And she was born right behind the wood stove that was in this corner." I didn't actually appreciate what he was showing me and telling me at that time, right? Because my grandpa's long dead. But he was saying, "This is where my child was born, right in the corner of this little piece of chunk of wood right here." And there was a stove. This is way back in the day, right? It's like, holy shit. Wow.
Yeah,
Crazy.
lifestyle makes a hell of a difference. Get away from that fucking pollution, that fake ass food.
Sorry, I went squirrel there.
Oh, you're good.
Hmm. They grew all their own shit back then, right? That's how they did it.
I even noticed too the difference
The
in
little community that was next to them, like
Wait,
100 people, nothing. Sorry, go ahead.
oh, you're good. Oh, I was gonna say I noticed the
I'm
different
rambling.
in mobility too. My grandma, when I got out of my little state funded vacation, she died like I think 3 weeks after I got out. So it's kind of like, you know what I mean? She was waiting to say goodbye kind of thing. And she was still as fucking as spry as I have ever seen her. You know what I mean? She was up and about. She was like 93, 94 years old, still running around, cooking for everybody. You know what I mean? Sharp as shit, talking shit.
Right?
You know what I mean?
Right? Not dead at all. Not dead at all. But you know how I don't know. You know how God works, or call it whatever you will, right? The source. I call it the source.
Right.
When your time's done, well, goodbye, meat sack.
That's why I say quality of life, I think, is going to be more important in the end. And I don't want to be 100 years old if I can't move. If I'm stuck, you know what I mean? If I'm like fucking who's Jimmy Carter, like that type of shit. You know,
Right. Yeah,
fucking
no thank you.
somebody shoot me up with something. You know what I mean? I don't want to be a fucking vegetable. That's not quality of life.
Right. And okay, um, Canada, being the commie country that it is, also has, right? You can make the own decision
Yeah.
to go get that shot and self euthanize, right? That's basically what it is, self euthanasia.
Yeah.
But you have to
I
be
can't.
of sound mind and all that, right? You have to understand what the fuck you're doing. So if you're dying of like some super debilitating disease and it's painful as fuck, none of the drugs work, it's like, you know what? I've had enough. Where's my shot? The shot, right? And you can just move on to the next.
Yeah.
I have mixed feelings about that, I
Yeah.
will
I'm
say.
I'm 50-50 on that too. I don't know if I like it or if I hate it.
Right. Well, I've known at least one or two people who has had family do that, and in one opinion at least, they thought it was a good thing. It turned out to be a nice celebration, right? Right before the end, family celebration, boom,
I think a
and
lot of it
then
could be the
they went to bed.
terminology. A lot of it might be the terminology that might be throwing me off because I was a fan of Dr. Kevorkian, the whole euthanasia shit. You know,
Right?
I supported that man 100%. Everybody was coherent and knew exactly what they were doing. They didn't want to, you know
Yes,
what I mean, quality of life.
right,
It,
exactly. Back then, even then, I didn't get it, right? But now, as I'm older, I think back and I'm like, they might have made the right choices for themselves. Why just live in suffering, right?
right?
So, fuck it.
I mean, that's love it or hate it, freedom and free will. I mean, it is what it is. There is no gray area. You can't stop a motherfucker from doing what they want to do to themselves. It ain't none of
Absolutely,
your business, you know.
right? I do agree with that. You're free to make that decision. If you're happy with it and you're comfortable with your choice, have at it, right? And that was something, and it's something I still consider. Like, okay, last year, not long after the meetup, my dad died, right? He had cancer and he went into the hospital. He didn't want the treatments, he didn't want none of it. Eventually, he was like, please give me some pain meds, which is totally against my dad's outlook, if you will, right? He didn't do that. But it got to the point where he wanted pain meds and then he was dead. So my dad could have said, hey, just fucking give me that shot. But he didn't. My mom, right? She's in long, long care facility, right? She has dementia. She doesn't know what happens from minute to minute. And who's to say that someone else couldn't say she needs that shot,
Right.
right? No, fuck no. If my mom's fucked up and she don't know anything, I want her to live her life out until she dies from whatever her cause is. Don't just say because she's fucking fucked up, give her that shot and end quote everyone else's misery. I don't know. I'm going on a tangent. Sorry about that.
Oh, you're good. Yeah, that'd be a tough one.
Right. Well, I don't have a say. I've left the say up to my mom, to one of my cousins. She was a nurse her whole life. She's older than me. She knows what's up. She won't let bad things happen to my mom. So, I can always go back to, and we can make this a joke and funny. But Joe and I often joke, who's going to be the orphan first, right? All the rest of our family's dead. It's just our moms left. Whose mom's going to die first? Do we get a trophy if we win? I don't know.
I might be in that running pretty soon too. I
You
think
have to
my
have a sense
mom's
of humor
pushing
about this
for it.
shit, right? Oh, yeah? Well, um, then I guess you either prepare your mind for that, depending on your relationship with your mom, right?
Oh, I ain't talked to her in years.
So there you go. Static.
But like I look at death differently though. You know what I mean? I don't look at death like everybody else looks at death. I've accepted a long time ago that it's a part of life. I like the
Hmm.
old school rituals. Never mourn a death. You get 3 days of mourning, and then it's celebration beyond that point. Because why are you going to mourn that? It's selfish. If people believe in an afterlife and shit like that, it's selfish to mourn longer. You should be happy for the person. All right, you're going to the next chapter. Fuck yeah, that's where we're all going. You know what I mean?
Right.
It should be a celebration.
Absolutely. I agree with that. And that's why I make a celebration of life. When someone I think is important enough for me to do that, I make a celebration of life. Doesn't even have to be a person, right? I did it for charity, right? This isn't about sorrow. Sorrow, when someone dies, even though I'm guilty of it, that's a human emotion, right? We are the ones that are sore, or sad because we've lost them. They have really gone on to something more excellent and real, and they're like, "Fuck, we're so dumb down here."
I mean, to put it to the way I explain it, to put things in scale is like, okay, when my old man died, it was like, okay, cool. I mean, we hardly talked anyway, so it's no different than him dying as if he would have moved to California. You know what I mean? Like I wasn't gonna go
Right.
visit him there because I didn't go visit him. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like one of those.
Yep,
You know what I mean?
I do. It's weird. I had two dads, right? I had my bio dad, which was my dad, and I had my stepdad, which turned out to be more of a dad. I hate to say that, right? But you learn things from your influencers, if you will. Uh, bio dad, well, okay. When he died, we weren't in contact much or whatever, right? I felt it. Uh, it made me shed a tear or two, but otherwise it was like, okay. My stepdad, on the other hand, was like, wow, that was more heartfelt, right? He taught me more. He was a good father, and it was a shame to lose him. But there again, he's off to better places, so it's
It
whatever.
is the journey of us all. Shit.
Yep.
I think if you get to a certain age and you're scared of dying, then I think you probably wasted your life because you have a lot of regrets and I should have done this and I should have done this. You know what I mean?
Right. Well, shoulda, woulda, coulda. Right.
It's like
But
if
in
you
the
live
end,
to
if
be
you
70,
if you're
80
honest
years
with
old,
yourself,
right?
you
If
didn't do
you,
it.
yeah, you know you're gonna die. So when you're 80 years old, that's not when you should start being like, oh damn, I'm about to die. Maybe I should actually take this shit seriously. You know what I mean? Like, okay, too late,
Right.
bro.
Yeah. And shit, some of us ain't gonna live till 80, right? Bro
Right?
died. He was what, fucking, I don't know, 53, 54. It's like, oh shit, my younger my younger brother isn't supposed to die before me. What the hell? But okay, it is what it is, and hopefully he's morphed on to better things.
Right?
Because I do believe that's what waits for us after our meat sack expires. We're more than our meat sack. Our brains just something is not letting us. Maybe our reality, our dimension we're in. I don't know.
I think it's how aware of time that we are. Everything's overscheduled. Everybody literally knows what time it is to the fucking second at any given moment. You know, so you start taking shit for granted a little bit.
That could be.
I had a solid logical point, but I'm high as balls, and I forgot where I was going to go with that.
That's all right. Time is one of them things. It's
Oh,
relevant and
here we
it's
go. Yeah,
irrelevant.
like it's my biggest thing is that since I don't have to pay attention to the time of day and all that other crazy shit, I literally don't have to run on a schedule. My life is based on, hey, it's time to work. What's the weather like today? That kind of shit. It kind of I don't know if it puts life into perspective as
Right?
opposed to having every minute of your life being scheduled out. You know what I mean? But it's I can go a couple days without talking to the fellas, but for me, it's like 10 minutes. And then I've got some people that I can talk to, I haven't talked to in,
Uh
6 months. But, even though I haven't talked to them in 6 months, literally the way we ended the conversation is the same way I will pick up the conversation. It's kind of like that jail, the missing time in jail, you know, the in between. If I talked to you 6 months ago and I talk to you now, to me it only feels like it's been 10 minutes because there's been so much of just you know other shit. Does that make sense? It's hard to explain.
Right. It does because life happens in between. Nah, it's not. It's not hard to explain. That's how friends morph away from each other, right? But
Right, but like
on
it's
the other
kind of like what
hand,
you guys were talking about earlier.
right?
Like you can still technically have friends from middle school, but you only talk to them like once or twice a year. But every time you talk to them, it's literally like you've been there the entire time. You know what I'm talking about? One of those kind of things.
Yep, yep, yep. Just like you talked to him yesterday. What up, bro? Or what up, sis? Right?
Because I mean, if you look at it realistically, the lifestyle that we all claim we're trying to achieve for the most part, the independent alone in the woods type somewhere, the 1800s America, that's literally how it was. It wasn't all this over socialize and go hang out with a group every fucking day. It was no, you and your kids stayed at your fucking house and you went to town once a week, once a month. That's when you socialized. Other than that, you kept your ass at the home. You know what I mean? You did your work and
Right,
you thought about your shit. You know, your friends were your friends, but when you saw them, you saw them. When you didn't, life was going on. You know what I mean? One of those kind of things.
right. Yeah, you're doing everyday life. Like long before I ever, I was on YouTube, but I wasn't participating. But my life was like work, come home, do the thing, go to bed, continue. Right? 35 years later or 30 years later, say, oh, YouTube sounds fun. I have a break from work, sleep, work. I'll do this.
Right?
Um, met a lot of good people on YouTube, so it was a good thing, right? I met a lot of good people, people I can trust, people I can say, hey, I might need this, or do you want that,
Right.
right?
Yeah. It seems to be working out pretty decent so far. Well, hey, it is way past my bedtime, so I'm gonna
Oh,
jump off.
indeed, I see that. You're usually
Yeah.
sleeping by now. You're up at
Yeah.
the ass crack of dawn, anyways. So you should get your ass into bed.
Yes, sir.
All
All right, y'all. Good day.
right, good day. And good day, ladies and gentlemen. Wasn't that fun? A whole bunch of interesting talk. Now I have nothing to say because I went straight up squirrel. I don't know what's up. Let me look at the chat. peace, love, and bacon grease, Watt says, right? Or there's a lot of ways you could put that peace, love, and chicken grease, as Nosy says, or peace, love, and pizza grease. Peace, love, and any grease, because grease makes everything good. Rabbit says, drop my link. All right. Okay. I'm trying. Hold on. Post. Okay. I think I did it. Fuck. Shit. I think I. Huh. Hello. Hello. I kicked myself out. Damn it. How do I get back? Oh. Hello? What the fuck? Am am I here? Anyone, please tell me, am I here? Kick myself out. Saturday. Damn it. Okay. Okay. Anyone? 0 by 5. Damn it. I'm trying. Shit. I don't know. Oh, wait. See? So why can't I turn my camera off? Oh, settings. Camera. I don't know how to operate my shit. That's all. So, darn it. See, now I have nothing. Somebody told me to drop the link. Oh, there. Ha ha. Drop the link. All right. Copy. Paste. Push the enter button. Go. Yeah, I was fucking up, Tiger. Didn't know how to work my. I don't know how to work my stuff. Anyways, that was a nice conversation. I liked it. Welcome back, John.
Why, thank you.
Oh,
Can you hear me?
let's see. I can. I
Excellent.
can hear you. You might not get heard much over Tiger.
Whatever.
Yes.
Oh,
So
yeah.
welcome, John. What up, Tiger?
Dude, I like been trying to get you to drop a link for friggin' over an hour.
I
Pay
thought I
attention to
tried
your
it.
chat.
Well,
I joined on the one he dropped for you like an hour ago.
hey,
Do what?
I've never claimed to be a good channel host. My apologies. This is a fucking shit show around here, ladies and gentlemen.
If Billy would have been in the chat, I'd have been like, Billy, throw a shoe at him or something.
What, you've been
Oh.
almost 3 hours now. You don't sound as sober as you did 3 hours ago.
I know you don't mean me because you didn't hear me 3 hours ago.
No, I'm talking to Metal.
Are you talking to me, John? Yes, I am
Yeah,
a little more intoxicated.
I'm just
But no.
singing the lyrics to the song that Rabbit's playing.
Are you sending me shit?
Who?
I don't know.
Not
You
me.
just said you were sending lyrics.
No, I said I'm singing the
Oh.
lyrics that Rabbit is posting from the
I
door.
don't hear you
No,
singing.
I'm Pink Floyd. Why did I say the Doors? The fuck?
oh yeah, uncomfortably numb.
Yes.
Right? We all know that. And yes, John, I am catching a buzz now.
Oh, honey, you've caught more than a buzz. Like I'm starting to get buzzed, but yeah, you're there. You knocked yourself off your own damn live stream.
Hey, I'm gonna blame it on the new phone.
I am not. I'm going to blame it on operator error.
I didn't do it on purpose.
That was great. That was the funniest damn thing I've ever seen in a while. So,
Well, I'm glad to make you giggle.
dude, you did. I promise you. I know. I was belly laughing when you did it. I'm like, what the hell? Oh my god. So now I know who you are, John. Unexplained, or I'm sorry, just the messenger, right?
I'm one of the messengers. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, because I didn't recognize your name, so I was like, who is that? So, but that's cool. Are you the one that talks to us in Billy's chat sometimes?
Sometimes. That's me.
Okay. That's cool.
Yep, that's correct. I've known John for a while, and he's good people. I'll put it that way.
Well, I try to be anyway, but we all fall short.
Yep, that's true. Oh, for fuck's sake. My cigarettes are empty. That's bad.
Hi, Days. I'm
Oh,
short.
John.
Oops.
I meant to ask you, are you doing chickens still?
We still have 2 chickens.
Yay! I
chickens.
love chickens.
Only two? Are they
Only
giving
two.
you eggs?
The
What are
yeah,
they
we get
doing?
eggs from them, but the last because when we got the chickens, we got 9 altogether. 5 of them were the oh no, 4 of them were the brown ones that only lived for 3 years, and then the other 5 were the, what do you call them again? I forget what they're called again, but they're like black and white, and they lived for like 7 years. So the brown ones
I'm
are all
trying to
gone.
figure out what brown ones only live for 3 years.
That's what I was going to say. It's like,
Can't-
I didn't know there was chickens
I mean, I have
that
9
died
chickens
so
right
soon.
now, and I have 3 left from the original ones that I got like 2 or 3 years 3 years ago. So they're going to be 3 this year. Actually, they probably are now. And then I got 2 more the year after that, and then last year I got 6 more. But one of the 2 that I got the following year died because she was egg bound. And then one of the 6 that I got last year, an owl got. So I only have 9.
Huh.
But yeah, like I don't know what chicken only lives for 3 years.
I'll know the name tomorrow. I can't wake anyone up to find this out. But they're supposed to live to 3 or 4 years. That's it. And the black and white ones that are supposed to live for 7 years are called the it's with a
Are
B.
those the
However, the barred
Dominators?
rock. The barred rock.
Bars rock, okay.
So we have 2 barred rocks left. One of them is like blind. They're 4 years old now. One of
Oh,
them's like
Oops said,
blind.
are they Isa Browns? Isa Browns? I'm not sure how to pronounce the ISA part.
No, that's
The
not
brown
the name.
ones.
Let me see if I can find it. I know if I ask Mary, she'll.
Well, I don't want you to wake anybody up. That would be stupid over their chicken name.
Right? But
But
yeah,
yeah, I have my chickens are, what are my chickens? I have, oh my God, what can I not think? I have Jesus, all I can think of the names I already threw out to you.
so
I have 1 Lavender Orpington. I have 2 blue Wyandottes. I have 2. No, I have 1 red blue laced Wyandotte. Then I have 2 Americanas and 3. What are the black ones? Jesus.
see, that's really confusing, right? A million kinds of chickens.
Dude, you're not thinking what the black ones are called.
It's like you either have chickens that lay eggs or chickens that are your meat birds.
That's cool, Oops. I didn't know that. Yeah, I don't want 150 chickens. Even if we lived on our country property,
150
I don't want
chickens?
150 chickens.
Who said that?
Oops. He has 150 chickens between 2 farms.
Holy
And his
fuck.
daughter has an egg farm with about 18,000 chickens.
What?
No, sir.
18,000
I can just say no.
chickens?
And no, I
Holy
don't have Brahmas. They're black. What are they? Black Astrolorps. That's what they are. Black Astrolorps. They're the best layers too, the Astrolorps. Billy, what's up? About time.
Oops. Oops. What the fuck? 18,000 chickens?
His daughter
Holy
has.
fuck. That's
See, my
crazy.
goal is to have 12, but every time I try to reach that 12, like I tried multiple times last year to reach 12, and 2 of them were roosters, so I had to get rid of them because my neighbors were bitching. And I still live in the city, so yeah, that's a thing. Technically, I'm only supposed to have 6 chickens, and so I had to get rid of the roosters. And then one of the ones that came in with the roosters. I got those from Nikki, 4 of them. One got taken off by an owl, and the one that I called bitch. I know everybody's heard me talk about bitch. She disappeared one day. Like, she used to jump my neighbor's fence and she never came back. So I don't care. I mean, I just knew she was going to disappear one day anyway. So bye bye. And now I think one of my rabbits is going to be dead tomorrow.
What the hell?
Not because I'm going to kill it. Like, I don't know what the hell's going on with it. I was talking to Nikki earlier. Like, I treated my rabbits yesterday, both of them, because they had ear mites. So I put the medicine in, and this is not the first time this has happened. It's happened a couple of times since I've had them. I've had them for over 2 years now, almost 2 years. And, well, the male, I went out there today to feed him and water him and everything, and he's like, leaning to one side and falling over. And I'm like, oh my God, is that like because of the medicine I put in his ear? So I was talking to Nikki and she's like, no, I've had that happen before and he's probably going to die. I don't know what it is, but I've had rabbits do that before. And I'm like, well, I kind of figured he might die, but I just want to know that it's not because I treated him for fucking ear mites.
Right. But
Like, I don't want to be the cause. I'm not gonna lie. Yes, I'll be upset if he's dead when I go out there tomorrow, and he probably is gonna be. But
could you eat it?
I just don't want it to be my fault.
Oh, so yeah, but can you eat it? Right? Will it
Dude,
be
he
food?
ate. Oh no, not if he's dying from a disease or something. I would never eat something like that.
I'm just
Hell no.
asking. I don't know.
I mean, it's different if they die because they got a broken leg. Billy,
Sure.
bite my fucking ass. And there's
What's
a
she
lot
saying
of
to
it,
you?
so pick a spot. She called me a murderer.
Oh. Well, you two hash that out.
Damn, John is having trouble with his what? Oh, he has a meth problem. No,
Yeah,
I don't think.
John has
Oh, maybe she called Oops a murderer. I don't know.
probably.
If that's who she called a murderer, I take my bite my ass back. But I Sherry Leach.
Well, she might have been talking to you. It's hard to say.
She might have. So I'm just throwing it out there. But it is what it is. But yeah, so he probably is not going to be alive when I go out there tomorrow. And I mean, I've
Is it a
raised
chicken
enough
or a
animals
rabbit?
where it's a rabbit.
Rabbit. Mm.
If
Huh?
he's dead, I've raised enough animals that, like, I'm not going to, like, be crushed. Like, he's not a family pet.
Sure.
Fuck you, Billy.
He's right.
I'm not a murderer.
That's livestock.
But yeah, he's livestock. But I mean, I still go out there and I pet him every day and everything. And
Of
if it's
course.
my fault, I would feel super bad if it was something that I did. But Nikki's
Sure.
like, no, it's just something they get. I don't know what it is, but
Shit
so
happens. That's what
yeah,
it is. Shit happens.
yeah. So my poor rabbit is probably gonna die.
That's
Sherry
all
Leach, I am not going to run up a vet bill for an animal that costs me nothing. Sorry. I mean,
I'm
that
not.
might seem callous and
I'm not
hateful,
looking at chat.
but no, I'm not.
Oh,
The same with my chickens. I
for
have
fuck's
9
sake.
chickens. If one drops dead tomorrow or gets sick tomorrow, I'll bring it in the house. I'll take care of it, and it dies. Okay, it died. I'm not taking it to the vet. I can go buy another chicken. I could buy 30, 50 chickens for what that vet bill is going to cost me. So, nope. No, man. No.
Yeah.
Now, my dogs that are in the house that are our actual pets, I will run up a little bit of a vet bill. Like,
Right.
we literally had surgery on him that was like almost $2,000. But
That's crazy.
so, and it was worth it. It bought him 2 more years of life. So,
I
and
get
I
it.
was good with that. It was worth it to me for him to live for 2 more years. But that rabbit out there, while I respect his life, and I do everything to make them comfortable. I make sure that they have everything they need. I am not running up a friggin' vet bill over that. I can replace that rabbit for $10.
Hmm.
And that sounds
So,
mean, but I'm sorry. When you raise livestock, when you raise animals for something other than a pet, that's the realistic take on it.
well, sure.
So
The problem comes when you start getting friendly with your quote animals, naming them, being nice and friendly, right? They become your pets.
right, I mean, like, dude, I go out there and I pet all the chickens. The chickens let me pet them. I pet the rabbits every day. I spend time with them, but they're different than my dogs.
Sure.
I mean, it's just different. Like, and I would be, and there's actually a limit to what I'll spend on a dog. Like,
Well,
and
of course.
seriously, I love my dogs. They're like family to us. And I know Hutch is like, oh no, dogs ain't family. Well, yeah, they sleep with us every night. We feed them. We take care of them. We love them. They're right there with us through 99. And a lot of y'all going to meet my dogs at the meetup this year. Well, they're coming.
All right.
But
I'll pet them assholes.
I still like Nina was a stretch. $2,000 was a stretch. I might go to 3 depending on what it is, but after that, I'm not. Y'all, I wasn't even trying to destitute myself over my own cancer. I'm damn sure not
Mhm.
destitute myself over a pet.
Yep.
It's not going
Absolutely.
to happen.
I agree.
Oh, Eric, bet me because I've made, well, not anymore, but the original 6 chickens, we named every one of them, and I would eat every one of them.
Right.
I still have
Josie.
4 that I can, and someday they will be my dinner if they live that long.
Right.
I mean,
That
if
bitch
they
tastes
live
good.
naturally that long.
Yep.
Right now, they're feeding me with eggs. Next day, they might be my chicken dinner. So, our
Right.
cows that are in our freezer were named. And to me, a name is a way of saying, oh, I mean that animal, that one, like, that's just an identifier to me.
Right. Sure.
Sherry Leach, all animals are cute. It's in the eye of the beholder. Like, I think snakes and spiders, oh, Oh, spiders are disgusting, but to somebody, those are cute. So I'm just
Depends
saying.
on the spider. Jumping spiders,
Dude, there is
they're
no such
okay.
thing as a good spider. I'm just saying, I don't care. But I want y'all to know something I found out. Raid will not kill a fucking tarantula.
Oh, well, yeah. Might be a little
Because
weak.
somebody brought one in to a place I was staying at the time. Well, I was a roommate. I paid rent. And I sure did spray raid on that bitch because he wouldn't take it out, and that motherfucker did not die. It will not kill a fucking tarantula.
Right? So, fuck you, bitch. I will kill
Oh,
you.
y'all, I
is what
crawled out a
yeah,
window. I was skinny
right?
back then, though, so.
It's still haunting you today.
What, did I spray raid on it? No, it did not. The only thing that haunts me is the bitch didn't die. And the fact that I had to crawl out a fucking window. Because y'all know I have really bad arachnophobia. Really bad.
You'll be alright.
Yeah, I thought I was going to have a heart attack that day. Dude, I had all kinds of shit to say when you and Hutch were on together.
Oh,
Like, straight up, over the stuff you guys was talking about, like people dying and stuff.
so
All right. I'm not
then
talking
what?
anymore. Billy just told me I'm loud.
Right? You forgot what you had to say.
Well, yeah.
That's alright. Mostly, I'm gonna have to go and might eat dinner. Go to bed. What time is it? 10:17.
Yep. For you.
Oh, right, because you live in the other time zone. It's
The
whatever.
only one that matters.
My phone says differently. So, nah.
Well, yeah, but you have one of them damn fucking iPhones that China made. So,
Hey, the phone isn't responsible for, like, universal
and you knocked
time.
yourself off your damn live stream.
I know. I don't know how I did that. YouTube hates me.
Dude, I was laughing so hard. And then I actually seen like your surroundings, and I was like, "Oh, there you are," and you messed it up again.
What was I doing?
You were trying to get it to come back on, and it was. Oh, Billy said you're good at falling off.
No, I ain't fall off bed for a while. So I don't know.
Oops, I saw that. I know that Missouri has tarantulas.
Ew.
Eric, yes, I'm drinking, and I'm always loud. So get over it. Put cotton in your ears.
Yeah, Tiger's got a big mouth. If
No,
a
see, that is not
tarantula
the
got
right
on
way
me,
to
I
say
would
that.
scream like a bitch. I'm gonna scream like a bitch. That's all. Get off me, giant spider. Ew. That's all.
Yeah, black fuzzy tarantulas here in Missouri. Yes, there is.
If I see one,
And
I
just so
will
you
freak
know,
out.
for all the years that I've been in Missouri, which is 90% of my life, I have never seen a tarantula. However, we
Well,
also have scorpions, in case anybody wonders, because I woke up with one on me one day.
oh no.
But,
See, I'm
but
freaking out.
mostly what we have, fuck you, Seal, and your packing tape.
I'm freaking out.
We have wolf spiders that are worse. I'm just saying. And they jump on you.
Yeah, wolf spiders, they jump. No, yuck. I don't want spiders. I don't like stinging insects. No.
Yeah, we have scorpions. Wildlife, I don't know what a zebra spider is. I probably don't want to.
Oh no.
But
What's that?
I lived in Mississippi. Yeah, we had alligators everywhere.
How do you have alligators
So,
there? What the
in
fuck?
Mississippi?
Oh, well, I'm thinking of where you live now. It's like, really? What the fuck?
No, when I lived in Mississippi, we had alligators. I ain't scared.
Okay.
I have a healthy respect for them. Like I'm not going to go up to a full-grown alligator and say, "Here, eat me," but
Well, no, you give it a chicken.
fuck no,
Right?
it ain't my chickens.
No, you just give it
I'll
a chicken. You
clobber
go to
it
the
in the
store and buy
nose
a
and make it
chicken,
leave.
not your chicken. Oh my goodness.
The
Oh
best
man.
thing to do with a big animal like that is whack it right in the nose.
Well, yeah.
That goes
Fuck.
for sharks too. A shark will leave if you punch it in the nose too. It
Right?
might leave
Poke
with
him in
your
his
arm,
eyeball.
but
Apparently, sharks don't like their eyeballs poked. So do that, and it'll fuck
yeah,
off.
what Rabbit said. We have the little brown scorpions. But yeah, I sure did
No,
wake up with one right on me when I was pregnant with my oldest.
no, no. I would
Dude, they're
freak
only
out.
like 2 inches long at the biggest.
I don't
They're little
care.
bitty.
I will scream
They're
like
not
a fucking
poisonous.
girl. Ah!
And we have all that too, Sherry. Oh, well, we have wolf spiders that get really big and are jumping spiders.
Our brown recluse spiders get pretty big.
You're what?
The brown recluse spiders.
Oh yeah, they get big too, but they're mostly all lead.
Yeah, they get big up here. It's like, oh,
But
when you see that giant spider beside your where you're working, it's like, oh fuck, go away, please. I don't want to kill you, but I will.
oh no,
I'm
I
not
think all
letting you bite
spiders
me.
deserve to die.
Brown recluse will fuck you up. Just saying.
Yeah, they will. So will a black widow. Somebody said something about that earlier. But yeah,
Right?
to me, if
See?
it has 8 legs, peace out. We are not friends. You are my enemy, and I just declared war on you. And oops, yep, you're dead. Well, I prefer for somebody else to kill them. But if
Huh.
there's nobody else around, I will do it now. I didn't used to, but I will now.
Run
Dude, I
away.
literally
Run away.
we came home from being in Kansas City one time. Me
Uh-oh. Who's buffering?
there was a spider that had a whole web over the whole entrance to our
Uh-oh.
hallway. And like I was the first one in the
Oh,
house.
geez.
And I really, 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 really do not like spiders. So I was like, but I have this fear that they're going to jump on me. And you could thank wolf spiders for that, I guess. I don't know. But so I'm throwing pans because my kitchen was right there. I'm throwing pans up at the ceiling, trying to knock this damn thing down
Oh,
and
damn.
kill it. And the girl's dad came in and he's like, "What the hell are you doing?" I'm like, "There's a fucking spider up there." I had
right?
like 5 or 6
In,
plants
what are
laying on
you
the
doing, you
floor.
insane girl?
I wasn't
It's
saying,
okay.
but also one of the worst arguments him and I ever had. I cannot to this day tell you what it was about because we're arguing. I'm facing him, and there's a window behind him, and he's facing me. And on that window is the biggest damn wolf spider I ever seen in my life. That sucker must have been about 6 inches long. Oh my God. And I
Oh
see
no.
that, and all of a sudden I'm just like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Still don't remember what that argument was about. But, and neither, I bet he doesn't either. He just jumped. He's like, what? Oh, spider. Biggest spider.
Oh, shoot
This
that
sucker was
fucker.
as big as my hand.
Yeah, I'm gonna
It was
shoot it.
horrible.
Get away. Get
No,
away.
he killed it. He killed it.
Oh, very good.
To me, shooting it would have been like a totally plausible thing, but
That's what I'm saying. Bye bye.
fuck you, Eric. No, that does not happen. I want you to know in all the years we lived in the house we live in now, I have seen exactly 3 spiders, and we had been here for almost 18 years. So, I'm just saying. And the one time I seen one, and his friend Mike was here staying with us at the time. Sherry, do not make that shit even any worse. And I'm like, oh my God, spider. He's like, where? I said, right there. And he's like, right. I'm like, dude, kill it. He's like, fuck, no. I'm like, oh my God, you're supposed to be the guy. How are you not going to kill the spider? My daughters would kill the spider. That's a fallacy, man, child. I researched it. You do
Yeah.
not. I researched it because that tripped me out. So, yeah.
I bet you she's right. Shit crawls in your mouth in the night.
Nope.
I'm just saying. Right?
Nope.
Spider crawl in your mouth, in your ear. How do you think you get them videos of
Do you
like?
remember the movie Arachnophobia?
Yeah, but no.
Okay,
Long
so
time
I
ago. I'm
watched that
old.
movie. Well, I know, but I watched that movie with my family. I literally watched the movie, and my family watched me because apparently I was way more entertaining.
Oh, so you were a freak.
I cannot stand fucking spiders. They creep me out. I don't know why. Like logically, I know they're probably not going to hurt me, but
They're freaky.
illogically, they're creepy.
I don't want them on me, right? I'll freak out
Oh,
when
Moonchild.
bugs are on me. I freak out. If it's over there,
Yes,
it's like, all right,
no,
fine.
it depends on what the bug
Don't
is.
get
If it's a
on me.
spider, I'm going to freak.
Yeah, don't
Bugs
get
in
on me.
general don't bother me. But Moonchild, you should look up the microscopic things that are on your body. Some of those are really freaky looking. Like
Yeah,
the little things that, like on your eyelids and your eyelashes, and
right?
oh,
We couldn't live without them little biological things that live on us. We couldn't.
well, yeah, they got to be there. There's a reason. So
Yeah.
as long as nothing gets out of sync.
Right. So I'm gonna end the stream saying that
Okay.
you know what? Bugs eat us, and we can't live without the bugs eating us. So
But we can do without the spiders.
Well,
I'm just saying. In the house, we can do without them in the house. We do need them outside. And the one bug I will never, or spider I will never kill is a garden spider. I like them.
I try not to kill the spiders. If it's on me, it might die. Otherwise, just
If
go
it's in
away.
the house, it dies.
But just
All
think
right.
about
Have a
that,
good
ladies
night,
and
Metal.
gentlemen. Biology lives on us, right? Invisible. Interesting conversations this evening. Thank you. Thank you for everyone to come listen. I'm going to go get food. And next time, it is what it is. Where's the end button? My phone's different now. Right? Where? End.